Howdy, I'm Yari the Impaler, and welcome to my flying castle. Today we'll be playing, or rather watching, more Mortal Kombat documentary stuff. This is all stuff that's included with the Legacy Collection, and I just want to check it out, just because it's fascinating to see how far we've come with technology, and like where it all started with games, and just how like just a little crew like just wanted to make something neato, and they did, and yeah, yeah. And just it's cool seeing all the cut content and all like the behind the scenes whatnots and who what's it's, and yeah, just yeah. And God, we've only barely touched the surface of this, so with that, let's proceed right away into the castle. And here we are, alrighty. And thus, let us resume the big sales pitch. Before Mortal Kombat could prove itself to players, the machines had to be sold to arcade operators. This promotional video for arcade trade shows sells the game's strengths, pointing out that the blood and vitalities could be disabled. Oh, my right ear sure loves this one.
Fighting games have proven themselves to be strong collectors
right, your left
for
ear.
A wide range of locations. They embody the most attractive elements of the arcade experience. Characters endowed with mythic powers, full player control, secret moves, and the kind of unbridled, head-to-head competition that compels repeat buy-in. Now from Midway comes Mortal Kombat. It captures the most popular elements of the fighting game and adds more control, more powerful characters, more depth, more secret moves, and advanced digitized graphics, delivering the most realistic fighting action available. Begin Mortal Kombat by choosing one of 7 characters, each boasting an arsenal of unique talents. There's Johnny Cage, the brash Hollywood movie star. Kano, thief and mercenary. Raiden, the mythical thunder god. Liu Kang, the fighting Shaolin monk. Scorpion, a ninja warrior bent on revenge. Sub-Zero, the ultimate assassin.
Like, see, I love, like, even from the beginning, it wasn't just like ninja and just, you know, like generic plot thing. It's like, no, he is a ninja with vengeance, and he is undead. It's like, oh shit. And there's this blue ninja who shoots ice. It could have just been, you know, just swords and like shuriken and stuff, but no, they made cool shit with it. And so yeah, I'm already stuttering over my words. Blah. Scorpion having his like spear thing. Of course, that's very like common ninja spear, rope, whatever. But like, I don't know. Like back then, fighting games that also had ninjas were just like, I'm just gonna punch and kick you and maybe throw one projectile. But this is like, yo, get over here. I'm gonna use like ninja rope techniques to fucking kick your ass. It's like, oh shit. I'm gonna burn you with my skull head. Like, yeah. Like, I'm trying to think of one game that has like when I played Dead or Alive and it had Ryu Hayabusa. Not to shit on Ryu, but like, I'm like, where's his cool stuff? Where's like a flaming dragon move? He just goes Tor, which is a cool move, but it's like all he got is punch and kicks. Where's like some neat stuff? Damn it.
And Sonya, U.S. Special Forces soldier. Each player has 5 basic moves corresponding to the 5 action buttons. High punch.
Is this lagging on my end, or on? Is this the video lagging? Hold on.
High punch.
Hold on.
High punch.
No, that's... it is lagging on my end a bit.
High kick.
Now it's fine. No, it's not.
Low punch.
I'm gonna assume it's just the quality of the game. Quality of the video.
Low kick.
It's like stuttering. Like I am.
and a block. In addition to these moves, players will continue to discover new joystick button combinations. Each new technique provides another competitive edge.
Joystick
For example,
button.
moving the joystick away from your opponent while pressing the low kick button will result in this sweep kick.
Whoa.
Moving the joystick straight down will put the player in a crouch. By then releasing the joystick and pressing low punch, you'll administer a devastating uppercut.
Kaboom! Why is it so fucking choppy? I wonder, is there anything on my end that's doing that? No. Huh. Every time like I rewound like over and over and it like fucked it up.
Win.
Okay.
Secret moves play a big part in the success of any fighting game. Collections soar as players strive to develop a character's full fighting potential. Mortal Kombat has several times more secret moves than the nearest competitor. The button
think
and
you just, like,
joystick
spin like that with
combinations
Kano.
required to execute these
Just
moves
keep spinning.
are different for each character, as are the moves themselves. And each character's arsenal of secret moves offers unique tactical advantages.
I'm glad it became way less secretive over the years. Like, a lot of the moves in MK1 are just like, you know, a down back or a back forward or like a down up move. It's like, okay, cool, I can get behind this. Like, I don't have to learn, like, okay, this character is like a half circle, this character is like down, forward, down, this character is hold down for like 5 seconds and press up again, sort of thing, that kind of shit. It's like, it's all very uniform. It's a easy accessibility, which is, I mean, you could say it's a baby move, but it's good if you just want to just pick up a fighting game and just fucking play it with your friends. Yeah. Kaboom.
If you learn one of Sonya's secret moves, you'll be able to perform this devastating scissor throw.
Yeah.
Learning to activate Raiden's secret weapon lets you fire lightning bolts at your opponents.
Raiden wins.
Victory is achieved by winning 2 out of 3 rounds. Players losing a match will have to buy in to continue.
Liu Kang wins.
Finally, winning 3 matches against paired adversaries will put you in the ring opposite Gore, a 4-armed, unstoppable titan, half human, half dragon.
He's got 4 arms and 10 cocks.
Should Gore be subdued,
I still can't find that fucking YouTube poop to this day. That is the lost media of YouTube poops, unless anyone knows what the hell I'm talking about. It was some... I can't remember who it was or what it was about. It was part of a bigger YouTube poop. So, like, it was one of those things where it'd just be like, you know, like, you have the video YouTube poop, then it would, like, cut to black, and then, like, it would cut back and have, like, a little tiny clip extra. And it was just, like, a scene from the Mortal Kombat cartoon movie. Not the series, the movie. The really shitty companion movie that came, like, watch this and watch the brand new movie coming out, kids. Like, that kind of shit. And it's like, oh look, there's Goro. He has 4 arms. And then someone YouTube pooped in Raiden saying, and 10 cocks. That's all I remember from that. It's cursed memory. But I'm just like, who the fuck? What was that YouTube poop? I wish I could find that again. I used to be able to just like Google it back then and find it immediately because Google was so like not as big as it is now compared to like 2007, but like yeah, or 2008, 2009. But damn it.
dude, you'll engage the most deceptive and powerful opponent.
Did they just call him like a dude?
Engage the most
Hold on.
Be subdued. Be subdued. Should Goro be subdued?
Subdude. I was like, fight this dragon, dude. It was like pulling out his 90s-ishness for a bit, but no, just subdude.
Deceptive and powerful opponent.
You know,
of all.
below level of dude, a
Shang
subdude.
Tsung, bloodthirsty emperor, capable of instantly becoming any fighter he chooses.
You know, that alone, as well, really made this stand out from being just like here's your big bad, and like Goro is pretty good as a big bad, but like then along comes Shang Tsung, and it's like, oh, what's this guy gonna do? Like throw projectiles at me and be like kind of impossible, like Jin Pachi or something? No, he's gonna transform into any other fighter in the game, and really mix up wild card style your ass. It's like, oh shit, I better be on my fucking toes. Oh god. So like that was a pretty cool mechanic, even at its time. Like holy shit, holy shit.
Conquer Shang Tsung, and you will have joined unfrequented ranks. Those who have battled all adversaries, yet survive.
Unfrequented ranks. Ugh.
Every 5 matches during both 1- and 2-player games, you'll have a chance to test your strength and win bonus points by smashing progressively harder objects.
Wow.
2-player mode allows true head-to-head combat. Players must rely on their fighting abilities, as well as a knowledge of their character's strengths, as they are matched against an opponent with different, but equally lethal, abilities. Each player selects a character and the match begins.
Santa! It's almost
The
Christmas.
player losing the best-of-3 match will have the option of buying in to continue. The winning player will continue to play as long as he maintains a string of victories. Loser pays, winner stays. From a technical standpoint, operators will find even more to like. Mortal Kombat employs Midway's exclusive diagnostic package and a sensitive, yet durable, 8-way microswitch joystick. In addition, operators will want to be aware of a dip switch setting we've included, allowing them to temper the game to fit the requirements of a location. By simply flipping a switch on the CPU board, you're able to remove any depictions of blood that would otherwise appear in the game. Another dip switch will disable the most graphic secret moves. In this way, operators can be sure they're matching the game to the disposition of their clientele.
Like if you have this in like a gas station or something, I guess. Like I see like grandma coming in, filling up her little sedan and walking over, and oh no, is that guy covered up blood? Oh no, oh my goodness. Like that's one like thing. I've brought this up many times. I miss seeing these fucking things at gas stations, like just in like nooks of gas stations. Like I know people just like that, obviously even back then it was just like I'm gonna get gas and maybe like a soda and I'm gonna leave. Okay, bye bye. But like it was cool just having it there. If like you just we're killing time, like oh what's that? It was an arcade cabinet. Holy shit! I want to check that out. I don't know. It's great.
Kombat is quite simply the most complete video fighting game available. It boasts the industry's most realistic graphics, digitized images of real martial arts experts, heroic characters more powerful.
Hold on. What the fuck was that corpse on the ground? Why is there a corpse on the ground?
Video fighting game available. It boasts the industry's most realistic graphics, digitized images of real martial arts experts.
Is that a glitch or is that
heroic characters more powerful than those found on any other fighting game? Secret moves to learn and master.
Like would have been around back then. I guess. Well, there was Pit Fighter. There was Street Fighter, of course. I don't know what other fighting games were around like even back then. Of course, there were like a few during the NES era too. Like God, the pink goo guy from Sakurai's repertoire. The pink ball robot goo guy. I can't remember his damn name. Not Tokobot. Panel de Pollo something. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know.
and fierce battles against titanic adversaries. All of these elements combine to make this game powerfully unique. The world's most advanced interactive fighting experience.
Whoa. Alright. Wow. Alright. Overpriced MK Collection. Hello there, two-tailed. Yeah, like, I'd say it's well worth it for, like, this part, though. Like, all this documentary stuff. This was my, like, draw of this whole collection. Was like, oh, look at all this cool shit we're learning. But yeah, it does suck that there's no lobbies, there's no, like, and like, the console ports are kind of, like, messy, but I don't know. I like it as, like, a collector dude. With a K, collector. It's like, ooh, look at all these relics, all these things we can learn, like, when it comes out fighting. Also, I hope you have a good day, evening, night, or whatever. I hope you're doing swell, two-tailed. Resident Kitsune in chat. You know lobbies and input lag. Yeah, oof. Midway's original press release called Mortal Kombat the most advanced and fully articulated fighting action game ever created, with all the unbridled fury of head-to-head competition. Hi, I am alive. Yes. Alive is good. It's a good song by Pearl Jam. Let's see. This is big ol'... Yeah, just a preface and like whatnot. Information about Mortal Kombat! Fighting games, Mortal Kombat! Intuitive Pound, Mortal Kombat provides King of the Hill. Dang it, Bobby! Why am I in Mortal Kombat? Damn it. Look at version 1.0. Following several rapid Imperial prototypes, the earliest public version of Mortal Kombat began shipping in August 1992, finding its way into local arcades in the months that followed. Players learned moves through experimentation, making knowledge of secret social currency. So real it hurts! The original promotional flyer for Mortal Kombat featured Josh and Zach Sharp, the sons of Williams marketing maven Roger Sharp. The two are highly ranked competitive pinball players. Like today? Pinball players? That's a thing? Huh. Okay. To be fair, Hank Hill would kick their ass and no one would be able to kick his. He is like the god of anime. Like, dang it, I have my stand. The world though. Propane. Yeah. Oh, I can zoom in, right? Oh shit. I like Raiden's Kirby Air Riders hat. Damn it. Pollo. Well, that and he has no ass to kick. Oh yes. Damn it. Hank Hill, the no ass. A name up in lights. Original marquee, originally backlit display at the top of an arcade cabinet. They are signed by Ed Boon and Tobias. Yeah, fuck it. I wanted to buy an arcade marquee for Area 51 by Atari, but those got so expensive. They're just like metal plates. Like nowadays we have like those fucking like metal plate video game like things you can buy on like Etsy and shit, but like this was ye olden time and it was like just real hard metal. It's like holy shit, that's pretty fucking cool. Alright. The power of secrets. There's no way anybody ever is going to figure this out, John Tobias thought when he saw the requirements to pull off fatalities. But not only did fans quickly discover Mortal Kombat's many secrets, they started creating their own. Like, yeah, but back then I never could do fatalities. I could do like some moves, like the scorpions get over here, Cyrax's web thing if I had like the instruction manual. So I never could do the big old moves. If I do like a the older kid that could pull it off, then it's like, oh shit, can you do this? Oh, that's so cool. Dang it. Here we go, whoa, every time it gets launched in the air. Damn it.
Fighting games of that era kind of all had this level of secrecy to them. Mortal Kombat, I think, took that to a very extreme level.
Yeah,
Very
guess,
extreme.
Like, the moves and how to
I don't know why the
figure out
audio is
codes.
fucking up so
I
bad.
think Street Fighter did something like that, right? They didn't document any of the moves, so we took that same approach.
I think not having a move list, there was so much to explore, and you had no idea of what you were still missing.
I thought this new movie was a crime. Yeah, like the other cabinets actually had like combos and stuff printed on them, like just basic moves and stuff. No fatalities though. So like yeah, but see, pay to win was always a thing even back then. See, if you want to know all the moves, you gotta buy one of those little booklets you found at like not Walmart. Back then it would have been like your local drugstore trademark, or like your local supermarket that may have like books and magazines, that kind of shit. You want to get the good tips, you gotta get this little booklet that shows all the secrets of Mortal Kombat. It's like, god damn it. Or watching a VHS tape of friggin' Mortal Kombat the cartoon and seeing, stay tuned for special secret code at the end. It's like, god damn it. That kind of shit. Yeah, it's like Manus 2. Yeah. But like, God, back then, for those who don't know, back then, renting games was a gamble, whether or not you got an instruction manual. It's like, maybe today the kid didn't, like, just not return it. Maybe this day we actually, like, get a piece of paper with our game that's, like, doesn't have like, a page missing, hopefully. Damn it. Because, like, they were always, like, photocopied from the actual manual that the owner kept at the video store. So, like, friggin', you get, like, a flimsy, like, printer paper, like, kind of, like, shoddy black and white thing, like, oh, okay, I hope this has, like, a move or two. Damn it. Wow.
It was another thing, it built up so much mystique to the game.
But then we kind of extended it, right, with the fatalities and whatnots. Especially at the end with the character.
Okay, hold on. For just a second, I'm gonna restart this whole game. Hold on. We're having problems with the audio. It's like garbled and warbled and like skipping. Let me just relaunch the whole fucking game. Damn it. Okay. As an audio dude, it's like it's starting to piss me off. It seems good so far. Okay, back to the documentary. Prepare yourself. Okay. Just want these things to light up real quick. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Fighting games of that level.
There we go.
Especially at the end with the character Dizzy, there was a certain amount of, what are you going to do? You would see them trying to trigger something up. They knew that there was something secret in there.
The announcer's like, finish him! And you go up and go, boom. And you're like, damn it! I screwed up the fatality.
Every
It's like
time.
the worst feeling in the world.
Or I just uppercut.
Everyone was playing as Kano because in the early days before people, knew what most of the moves were, Kano's moves were just, I don't know, move the joystick in a circle real fast and he'll turn into a ball and do it. Or hit block and mash the buttons, I don't know.
Yeah. Is that where we got, like, that was, like, the very first playground, like, that kid story, like friggin', the first fatality I think I ever heard of was his, the whole, like, rip heart out and, quote, eat it. Because he kind of brings up his face, kind of, just goes, like, ah, it's like, oh, he just ate his heart, holy shit. But, well, first collection, you suck, Shao Kahn, probably. Damn it. Damn it. The first one I ever saw was Scorpion's fire one, which I was like, holy shit, that guy's a skeleton now. Oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah. But
First character I played was Kano, and I found the ball attack and the knife throw, and within the first day I found the fatality too.
it kind of like it takes like a little nibble out of it, just for like a second.
Finding
Just
stuff right away.
I remember being in your office and
original SPD motion. I think that Zangief adopted. Oh god, yeah, it's a very grappler. Just wiggle the joystick and just do shit. The character. It's like, god damn it. Damn it.
I remember remember you showing me what the button combinations were, and then you have to be standing this far away from the other character. And I remember thinking to myself, there's no way anybody's going to figure this out. No one's ever going to do this. And literally, like the first weekend, they figured it out right away.
Somehow
You know,
they figured it out.
fatalities and special moves and things like those were things that you kind of had to trade around.
This shit right here, yeah. This was my childhood. Up until my teen years. Writing down friggin' like going on to like cheatplanet.com, and like this is pre-game facts, like Cheat Zone and Cheat Code Central, and just finding moves and finding like, well, back in that time period, because there was move lists around eventually in Mortal Kombat, things like the fatalities and like all like the secret things in there, and just like, yeah, like how to unlock characters and stuff, and like press up, down, left, right, whatnot. Yeah, Cheat CC. Yeah, Cheat CC. I fell victim to so many like fake codes on those sites back then before they were like moderated and shit. I recall playing through Dino Crisis 2 like twice because it was a code, play as Hulk Hogan or Goku. And it was like, play through the game twice and then press like this long string of combo on the title screen and it'll work. I'm like, I'll try that. That didn't work. Well, I still have all these points and stuff. I can just buy the entire like arena now, so the joke's on them. I got all the unlocks anyway. Damn it. Oof. Or find the gun in Driver 2. Like, go to Chicago and like friggin' like wait, what just happened? Hold on. Why didn't I get that in my... Wait, I'm trying to see what the hell that is. Graven Soul reached stream rank. What is that? I have it in my feed, but I don't see it in my chat or nothing. What just happened? Hold on. Something with Graven. Reached 5 stream streak. Ah! What is a 5 stream streak? Is that a new thing for Twitch? Like if you watch 5 streams in a row, you get like a little like thingy. I've never seen that before. But yo, congrats to Graven for the 5 stream streak. Yo. Interesting. Well, let me see. I don't know. I clicked in a row. Extra channel points too. Oh, nice. Infamous Sonic and Tails Smash Melee prank. That, yeah, fuck. I remember like falling for, what was one involving Smash Bros? Fuck. Trying to unlock Diskun. We had like all of the, you had to get every single final score thing in a match, like, you know, like pratfaller and first strike and finish with taunt, that sort of shit, or like throws only. You had to get every single one of those, like, ever. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? His character? No, it was a trophy. Also, I froze. Hold on. There we go. Unfroze. Streaking in Yari stream streaking. Shenlong. Oh god, Shenlong. And Hornbuckle who? I was like, yo, is Hornbuckle a character? Holy shit. Because even Mortal Kombat did that shit with saying like Hornbuckle. I thought, is that the guy in the background fighting the big flaming dude? Is that Hornbuckle? Why isn't he in the game? Give us Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle wins. Damn it.
People chattering like, oh, there's this move, and not having the internet.
Ah, fuck. Wowee. Yo, Raiden's like a fucking Mario boo. Damn it. Ugh.
At the time to go to. It made it very social.
If you knew something that wasn't, you know, widespread knowledge, you could take that down to the arcade and pull it out on somebody and really blow some mind.
I actually remember playing Mortal Kombat. It was the 9th game on launch day, and before... Oh, Hornbuckle is a pretty legit Mugen character. Yo, okay, I have to look into that. Fuck. There was a little mini tournament at GameStop that we had, and it was while you're waiting for the game to come out on launch, you can play the game right here, and like if you win, you get some in-store credit, I think, or you get like I can't remember what the hell you get. You got like a thing. I can't fucking remember now. But like it was everyone's like first time playing. You got like 30 seconds to look into like the move list, and then that was it. You just okay, now you play. And I fucking chose Cabal, realizing he was like the S tier character right away. I was like, holy shit, this guy kicked ass. I pulled off a X-ray move. Because I was like, let me just look in here. X-ray? Fatality? Okay, I'm good. And like, back, forward, move, gotcha. And, or forward, move, back, forward, move. I did the friggin' X-ray, and some dude in the background was like, oh, he just Freddy Krueger'd his ass. Oh, how will we know? He eventually would come to the game. Damn it. And then I pulled off a fatality, and it felt so fucking good, like, in front of everyone there. Just like, holy shit. Oh, that shit kicks ass. Whoa. Damn it. And then I lost to a fucking Sonya spammer, like, the next round, because they learned how to, like, just mash circle over and over and over again. I'm like, god damn it. They just kept, like, spin kicking me. I'm like, no. And I had to choose Striker, too, which is not as an S tier character, but he was pretty good, but, like, he wasn't Cabal. I was like, god damn it. But it was still fun. It was still really, really fun.
So a lot of hand watching. Where did you stand? The most premium spots are literally right behind it, like right between two people, or on the corners, because those are the only spots where you were able to see the screen and people's hands at the same time.
There was so much in there, and it.
Fighting game affirmation, ooh woo. So like the arcade is like just all. It's all midway games. I saw like the Hydro or Arctic Thunder, and it's all like Mortal Kombat along that wall there. So it's just a midway arcade. Damn it. The Sonic Fox Sonya special. Damn it. Whatever happened to Sonic Fox, by the way, or the big blue furry guy that was into the fighting games? Did he like just crash out? Is he still doing stuff? I don't know. I never like looked into it, but I remember he was a big thing for a while. That big blue furry just playing Street Fighter and shit.
Really requires a fan base to come together and share, to work together to play them and solve them and uncover the secrets and all that stuff.
Secrets. Oh, they shoot. Two heads. Whoa.
I was always obsessed with those kinds of things. I was a big...
Destroying everyone with Sonya MK9. Fuck.
Again, a big fan of Street Fighter, and there was this rumor that was not true, that there was a character in there called Sheng Long. And I remember when we had started this game thinking, we have to have a real secret character. And so there was a Sunday, and Scorpion was yellow, Sub-Zero was blue, and I went into the art program and tinted him green, made up these crazy rules in terms of how to find him, made him jump out occasionally and kind of tease you with his existence, put it together in one day, didn't even tell John about it, and was just kind of wondering how many people are going to pick up on this.
This probably would have been like amazing to see like in an actual arcade, like holy shit, who's that guy? Whoa, Green Ninja! Whoa, oh my god, this is crazy. Telefax got millions from NetherRealm, and now he chills on Twitch. Let's practice Visible Versus. Oh shit, nice. Goddamn. I feel like that song from the Dire Straits. I should have learned to stream on Twitch earlier. I should have learned to play them games. We got that in-store microwave oven, custom kitchen delivery. We got to move these refrigerators. Got to move these color TVs. Damn it. Look at that. Got this chicks for free. Damn it. But
it became a bit of like a Bigfoot. Some people had sightings and some people didn't, because there was this one that was real and was rather difficult to find. It could give players a little bit of creative license to come up with something and say that they did see something else happening in the game.
Oh, that brings me to the other like playground like that kid's story. Yo, if you play as Kano versus like Sonya and put in this combination, you get like a sexuality. He humps around like a bed that comes down, and like a bunch of babies pop out. Oh, it's so cool. I'm like, yeah, right. Damn it, sexuality. Most time I spent on Deadly Alliance, funny enough. Yeah, like that. I owned that back that time period, and I spent so much time on Deadly Alliance, and goddamn, I wish I would have owned Deception, because I loved the adventure mode in that and all the secrets in that. I did own Armageddon, but Armageddon just felt so, I don't know, weird and different, because like no one had their own fatalities, and like there were a lot of characters, but like it was kind of just I don't know. I preferred Deception over Armageddon. Imho. I had a crush on Lee May back then. Speaking of sexuality, damn it. I liked Deceptions when we like first saw like a real lovely depiction of Melina. I was like, ooh, Melina, ooh, them fangs, ooh, lovely. Like I love Melina in MK9, like her alt costume. It's like, ooh, very very nice. Yeah. I will put my dick in crazy, and you cannot stop me. Damn it.
The level of secrets that happened in those first few Mortal Kombat games kind of corresponds with the rise of the internet, and people started trading around like, hey,
yep. This was me. I was there. Damn it. Or like, God, what was another like really dumb one? I was like, oh, this isn't gonna work. I always try to find a secret room in Deception. There was like a certain lava room in the Netherrealm, in the dual layered chamber level. Like there was something there, and I remember being like, there has to be like a secret here somewhere. And like there was a loading screen that showed like a bunch more shit, and I'm like, where's this room? Where's that room? Like I think there must be something hiding here. I must find it, but I never could. So maybe a boundary break will explain it someday. I want to see Boundary Break Deception. Holy shit. I need to see that. But the Deception was nice overall. Lee May had them redonkulous jiggle physics. I was confused as a kid. I was like, is Lee May like a princess, like Princess Leia? But then she turns like a pirate. I'm like, oh, okay, she's a pirate now. Like, younger me was like, oh, pretty princess with like these frilly pink, like Princess Jasmine vibes. But then she became like this like cutthroat lady. I'm like, oh, okay. It's very interesting evolution for Lima. Dang it. Well,
here's a list of, I think these are fatalities. I remember going home to my dad's house, and he had internet. He had a CompuServe account. And I started just learning as much as I could. And I'm like, Dad, can I go back to the arcade? I want to try some of this stuff.
I made it my mission to test all that stuff out, and that became my calling. We need to investigate.
I also liked what's her name? The oh god, Nitara, the vampiress, who became Megan Fox in MK1. The most blandest voice to give that kind of character. It's like, damn it. I also liked as much as Ed Boon hates him, I liked Su Hao. Even though he's just Chinese general, man. I thought he was a cooler Kano. I was like, yo, it's like not like, oi, awesome mate, Kano. It's just like, I am going to kill you. I am this commando general guy with a laser heart. Blah! It's like, holy shit, this guy's badass. Damn it. I'll never forgive them for replacing Li Mei's original outfit. Oof. Yeah. Then they made her like just an officer in Not Outrealm. Not Outrealm. It's like, very strange. But
And I published my first FAQ, and it is the most inaccurate piece of junk that is available. It's like shameful, but it's where I started.
And then, all these urban legends about Ermac and all these other alleged characters that it's kind of like, how the kids used to say back in the day, the negative worlds in Mario Brothers and Mario could go skiing. It's that kind of like, the kid equivalent of water cooler conversations.
I'm sorry, Mario could go skiing? What was that? What was that thing? Mario skiing. Secret. Mario skiing. Hold on. Skiing sections, a snowy ice level, turbo ski. Hold on. What? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to figure out what the hell he's like. What does he mean by Mario skiing? Is he talking about like when Mario like slides across the screen, like trying to get to like this negative world, like when he like skadoodles across the stones? Oh, so how could be Solomon Grundy as a wrestler and Drummond? Damn it! But yeah, Ed Boon also hates Drummond so much too. Yeah, I think everyone does. Everyone kind of hates Drummond. Oof. I didn't hate him, but I was like kind of just like, oh, okay, he's covered in flies and just this decrepit character. But I don't know. Blah.
People would come up with lore,
Yeah,
lies
right.
of,
That's
of,
right.
I did this and that happened, and everybody's, and we just shut up.
A friend of mine
Sexuality.
in high school
Love Drummond. He had the funniest throw. Oh, shit.
said he was cousins
Oh,
with
my
someone who
leg.
filmed for the game, and that there was a secret character that they had filmed. So I put it in my FAQ, and I trusted him, and found out way later he was just messing with me.
The people feeding in things that they'd want to see in the game would.
That's my attire, by the way. Like fucking, like, except a trench coat and just fingerless gloves. And like, if I still had long hair, that's and I just wear full black like that. or camo shorts nowadays. But like, that would be like my attire if I could just steal that move, steal that look. Damn it!
Kind of blend in with what was really there.
Needs a goatee.
Sometimes
Green
you'd see a
blast.
move and then it was gone. You'd be like, I swear this was in there. Did that really happen? That like, there was no way to capture it.
A friend of mine, his little brother was playing the game and told me about Kano's laser beam.
Yeah, that's
and and I remember telling my friend's younger brother, there's no laser beam. He's like, no, I saw it. And so I know he's mistaken with what, I don't know what he saw, but he didn't see that. This mythology was being built by the player base. I think we understood that pretty early on, and Ed, more than anybody, I think really took advantage of that and kind of mess with the players with hiding stuff in the game.
Yeah, I remember somebody found one of Sonya's moves, and I foolishly changed it because I read it on a news group, thinking, I got the best of that.
And they did some devious things to keep a lot of those things secret. I think there was a revision of Mortal Kombat 2 where they just arbitrarily changed all the fatalities because everyone figured them out too fast. And it's maybe the most devious and mean thing they've ever done.
I remember thinking at that point, this internet thing has gotten, you can't defeat it. It's just too powerful.
One of the fun things about going to an arcade was, a lot of people didn't have the internet just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So people would show up with their copy of their FAQ. Once I was there and I saw someone with my guide, like my FAQ, and I was like, oh, where'd you get that? He's like, oh, the guy who wrote it sold it to me. And I was like, what do you mean sold it to you? I wrote it.
We had a Mortal Kombat comic book that John drew, and we were the ones stuffing the envelopes, and we started writing messages to players. Sonya has a slide move, She didn't have a slide move.
God
It was
damn
a
it.
week I was at, it was like Galen North or something arcade, and some guy was playing Sonya, just keep trying these things. And one of the guys said, what are you looking for? And he goes, I'm looking for Sonya's slide move,
Oof.
Poor guy was, looking for it. But we were just
Trolling.
we were just adding fuel to that fire.
Most of those
Evil Ed Boon, which reminds me of, God, when Noob Saibot was brought back into like Deception era, they gave him like a troll hammer, like a pwn hammer, like like lol pwned, lol trolled, because noob. They went full in on that like terminology. It's like, God damn it, damn it.
secrets went unknown to me until much later in life when walkthroughs on YouTube became a thing, and I was like, whoa, I totally missed a lot of stuff in a lot of games.
Like, I didn't know Reptile was even in MK1 until YouTube era. I'm like, oh, he's in that one? Oh, okay. Fuck.
Our secrets were basically replay value. And
I didn't even know, like, Jade was in MK2. That sort of stuff. Or Smoke was in MK2. I'm like, holy shit. What the fuck? Get pwned the noob.
was the most important thing for us. having more to do with the game, having more to discover, more to enjoy.
We love the idea of, you know, just this question mark over the game. You know, what else is in there that nobody else has found? And it just made the game that much more mysterious. Right?
Yeah, I would say data miners have ruined a lot of secrets in these sort of games, but like, even now, like, it's funny where we come across like YouTube videos where like, secret found after like 25 years, this hidden thing. I'm like, how do you mean hidden? We have data miners. What do you mean hidden? Like, there was like one string of code no one like deciphered. Things like playing as the enemies or the other like boxers in Super Punch-Out, that kind of shit. Or playing as there was a Konami code in one of the Konami, which one was it? Oh yeah, I think it was unlocking everything right away in Legacy of Darkness, I think. Which I was like, holy shit, that'd be nice to have. Like, goddamn. Secret to everybody. Yellow and blue make green. The random thought head boom hooked up with a fast food shortly after World Cup's release. He added a secret green ninja enemy reptile combined with Palace Scorpion and Sub-Zero and wait for players and his co-workers to notice. Cryptic clues. Reptiles out the 3.0 revision late August. Oh, okay, so even like the base game, he was in the revision. Okay, interesting. Mukbang time. Players were offered clues on how to find them until the 4.0 chipset in the end of September. The Green Ninja would briefly and randomly appear before matches, continued by cryptic messages like perfect protection of the key and look to La Luna. Players must meet very specific conditions for another battle reptile in one player game. Win 2 rounds on the pit without using block, finishing with double flawless victory. Their character fatality. Additionally, a silhouette must fly across the moon at some point during the flight. Like, goddamn. Santa. Enjoy. Num num num. Both conditions were met. Reptile appears at the bottom of the pit. Bar Scorpion's health bar. Reptile uses moves of both Scorpion and Sub-Zero at double speed. Players can defeat Reptile to grant 10 million points and normally play resumes. The contraction of error macros, the error max encounter in the game's operator menu, help Midway track bugs. However, its proximity to the line that track Reptile encounters led secret obsessed players to believe Ermac was another hidden character. While he would become a real character, there's nothing but a rumor in the first Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Ermac. This is not Ermac. Ermac, is that you? No, because Ermac didn't exist. However, his red-colored ninja was created during the Mortal Kombat development as a palette-swapped experiment. Whoa! And there's the game. Mortal Mania. Mortal Kombat was an arcade smash, but when it entered living rooms, it would gain even more notoriety and no small amount of controversy. Fans couldn't get enough Midway's taboo-breaking new game. Oh! Yo! Thank you for the follow. Thank you for Zaggy. Welcome to the castle. Much appreciated. Blah. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day, evening, night, or whatever. Hello there! Howdy. Fans couldn't get enough Midway's taboo-breaking new game, and the arrival of home versions meant that the rest of the games industry now had to grapple with Mortal Kombat's success. Ready for round 2. Success often means a sequel, and Mortal Kombat was no exception. Entering a new development cycle, the team at Midway focused on new characters, improved technology, and even more extreme finishing moves for a sequel worthy of the phenomenon. Test your might. Wait, chapter 3? Hold on. Okay. Wait. Chapter 1, hold on. There we go. Oh. Actually, let's look at this. The definitive version of Mortal Kombat on its original Y unit hardware. Same system that powered Smash TV and High Impact Football. Touchdown! Started arriving in arcades September 2022, about 6 or 7 weeks after the first public version. Yeah. I like this little happy dragon fellow. They're pretty well, thanks for asking. How about you? Doing good, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can hide this shit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Diddle-down. Alright. Chapter 2, okay. Yeah. Why do you go to chapter 3 randomly? That's so weird. And then... wait, why is it on like... Oh, wait, why did it jump to like... Oh. No, go way back down here, please. There we go. I always hit resume and it went to the... that's what happened. That's what fucking happened. I see what happened. Because I like skimmed through this off stream and I was like... It was like, you're done with this. And I'm not done. We're just starting. Have you seen this game? With its mysterious moves and buckets of blood, Mortal Kombat quickly became the game everyone had to play to believe. Oh hey, Galloping Ghost.
So when Street Fighter 2 came out, I wasn't really too impressed by it. I think I finished it once, picked Zangief because I was a wrestling fan, and then kind of moved on. I eventually kind of fell in with a crowd that really...
I just passing by your modeling commentation. Looks like, oh, thank you, yeah. Yeah, I got commissioned a few years ago from, I think it was like XX Play Bunny XX on Twitter, on X. Yeah. I should get revisions sometime. I need more things for this, like more T-shirts. I have 3, but like, yeah, I need more sometime.
Got a lot out of Street Fighter 2, and so suddenly it became very apparent I need to get great at that game. One guy showed up and said, "Hey, have you heard of this other game, Mortal Kombat?" Like, no. What is Mortal Kombat? He said, "Well, you know, it's like Street Fighter, but you can fucking kill people.
Whoa.
You need to go see this game right now."
Holy shit.
I absolutely remember this.
So as it midway, okay, this probably actually is like as they showed the doors, this is the Galloping Ghost. It's probably just like a whole midway corner, which is pretty cool. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
First time I played Mortal Kombat. It was at Lions Family Fun, my favorite arcade.
My dad would usually give my brother and me $5 each and let us run wild while he went shopping.
I was at an arcade in Virginia.
Cyberpunk theme? Wait, no. I have some Japanese stuff here or there. Yeah. Like one image of like Yari eating dango in a traditional kimono. It's pretty cozy.
Lounge in the...
Wait.
Shopping.
I was at an arcade in Virginia.
The Q Lounge.
Oh, I just cut
in the Bronx, New York. It was a space that was half smoky pool hall, half arcade.
He took us to an arcade 2 towns north, up to Santa Rosa. There's a place called Systems City. And it was like part skate shop, but in the back room, all the lights were off, and they had like 5 arcade machines back there.
I see this huge crowd gathered around a new cabinet.
And it was sitting there. There was nobody around it.
No one was playing it. It was just sitting there. What is this?
I just remember just like a big line around the cabinet.
Everyone is crowded around Mortal Kombat. It is simultaneously exactly like and nothing like Street Fighter. You know, the filmed presentation, the real actors and actresses and all of that really just, it's so striking.
In Mortal Kombat, when you're seeing those 2 big characters on the screen, I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
Instantly, it was like, oh, it's digitized. It's real people. It was like, wow, this is incredible. It's like, how are they doing this? How did this game come to be?
I was blown away by how it looked.
Because it was a violent, bloody game.
Like, that's the first time I've seen blood in a video game that I remembered.
Even from a basic high punch, you just see blood flying out of these people's heads.
Liu Kang wins.
Even if I couldn't do the specials of certain characters, I could fall into a rhythm that just felt...
You're walking on ice, Fozagi, by the way. You sound like you want to sell me something. You better not. Anyway, moving on.
So good. Just like, you know, air kick, uppercut. And I was like, oh, I feel like the baddest motherfucker in the world.
In a time where you didn't see that kind of stuff in games and especially in arcades where kids were, you know, running around with their parents and parents were still freaking out too, kind of seeing what was happening.
My dad came up behind me. I didn't know this at the time, but the screen went dark. Kano ripped out a heart, and held it up, blood dripping from it, and my dad went, "Oh no, and whisked me out of the arcade, and that's when I knew I had to play that game because I was not allowed to play that game.
Getting chopped in half and torsos being dismembered.
Flawless victor fatality.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that in a video game. I didn't know that was allowed in a video game.
And we're, 16, 17 at the time, so this is the most exciting thing in the world.
Endings, and how every character had, even though Street Fighter, they had an ending, but Mortal Kombat was like the first thing that really affected me that was like, I really want to play all these characters to see what happens. And this is before YouTube, so it wasn't like you could just go on YouTube and watch it. You had to, earn it, right?
What's Kano's backstory? What about Sonya? That's what we wanted to know about. And, they specified a lot of it kind of in, various screens and whatnot. We were hooked.
But it didn't take long from there for that game to be literally everywhere. Every single pizza place, 7-Eleven, arcades, the arcades that were left at that point, all of them had a Mortal Kombat machine probably within a month.
Whoa. Game for the internet. While the internet existed in 1992, much of it was text only. Most people didn't yet have access to it. Most Mortal Kombat players operated on a local level. Handwritten move lists were often brought to arcades, where knowledge on fitting moves became social currency. Yep, as we saw before. The comic book. Between coin drops, the attract mode of Mortal Kombat advertised a comic book drawn by John Tobias, which was only available via mail order. Thousands were sold, making the first item that would become a long list of Mortal Kombat merchandise. Yo. Wait, is this like... Oh shit, it's the entire goddamn thing. Did we just read through this? Like, should I just go through and just fucking, The Shaolin tournament for martial arts was for ages. A competition of honor and glory. Warriors from around the world were invited to take part. Shang Tsung was one of those warriors. Upon entering the tournament, he immediately won the title of Grand Champion. But, unknown to the Shaolin who were hosts of the contest, each of Shang Tsung's victories had a hidden dark and destructive power. Shang Tsung was cursed by his gods, and to appease them, he must not only take the life of an opponent, he must also take the soul. Through this unholy ceremony, is Shang Tsung able to keep his youth? Fatality. Till the arrival of Kung Lao. Yes, not Kung Lao, a noble and mighty Shaolin monk. His strength and speed proved too much for the overconfident Shang Tsung. Lao wins the fight and the Grand Champion title that Tsung held so desperately. Years later, after the mysterious death of one of the 3 tournament grandmasters, Shang Tsung would return, prematurely aged and weakened from the effects of failing to appease the gods. Tsung invites an outworlder and former pupil to compete. Thanks to Tim Coleman, Cospacina, and John Vogel. Hey, Mark and Dozer, where's the fun page? Digital Chameleon. His name is Gore. His speed and was incredible, his strength unmatched. And although Kung Lao battled long and hard, Gore would prove the best of the two. For this ancient tournament, the victory marks the end of an era. And start of treacherous new beginning. One that will alienate the Shaolin from their own tournament and guarantee Shang Tsung the immortality he so greatly desires. 2 weeks later, Hong Kong. Johnny Cage, martial arts movie star and soon-to-be competitor in Shang Tsung's tournament. Was that a little burb? Let's see a little burb. What is that? Spouted bald. Bald! Damn it. Ready to board one of Tsung's sail barges. For the past few weeks, the competition is all they could think about. It's also been on the minds of his agent and personal secretary. Will you all really relax, Chuck? Look, Johnny, all I'm saying is maybe you should just reconsider this tournament thing. Look at that boat. You can't get on that hunk of junk. You're a commodity. You're looking at 20 mil this year. You want to risk that? Johnny, you've got to be back by the 15th. You're scheduled to start shooting Iron Claw on the 17th, and you haven't even read the script. Come on, Johnny, these people could be crazy. This tournament isn't sanctioned by any martial arts organization. Oh, shit. Sorry, I hit the D-pad. Organization. And I can't find one person who's even heard of the friggin' thing. Just reconsider. Nope. I'll be back in 2 weeks, I promise. These are quality people, Chuck. Trust me. Yeah, just don't get hit in the face. Hey, who would hit Johnny Cage? Everybody loves me. Wait, yeah. Alright, Kano, the bay is up ahead. Just a few miles away. Let's see. Wait, which one goes first? Like the left side? This is good because these chumps are getting to me. There we go. Then better watch your back in the tournament. I hear stories about this Wang Feng dude. Wang Feng. That Shang Tsung, and I'm gonna rip his heart out and eat it for breakfast. Yeah, slice and dice, Kano, slice and dice. After I win this tournament, I want to enter the Black Dragon gang there. I mean all of them, from Shanghai to Chicago. I hear there's a palace on that island. Walls made of gold. We were looting for months. Howdy, chumps! What the? Thump, thump. Hey, he's on the roof. Thump, thump, thump. Heads up, Sonya, we got a live one at 12. Too bad this thing is bulletproof. Yeah, I never said sucker tap dancing. Only one person could have the nerve to pull this off. Kano. That was Kano. We can't let him get away. Sparky and the rest of you stay after that jeep. Jake, follow me. We're gonna catch that one-eyed creep. Creep. Wait, Jake, are these like how many characters like are from like Smash TV? Like is Jake from Smash TV? I don't know. What? Oh shit. Sorry, I forgot to read this part. Later, hoodlums, I got there with a bulletproof Winnebago. Good luck, Kano. You're gonna need it. Shit. Stay alert, Jake. 8 plasma boat suckers. Sonya, look out! He's not shooting at me. He's shooting at those barrels. Ba-boom! Oh shit! Exploding red barrels. Oh no! Kano uses the explosion to distract Sonya and makes an incredible leap to safety aboard Shang Tsung's sail barge. I can't believe he got away. What an odd assortment of characters. That sure isn't the rest of the Black Dragon on that ship. I wonder where it's heading. Not very far if we open fire. Far. No, we might hit a passenger. I'll radio ahead for a speeder boat. We'll let that floating junk pile sail further out before they intercept. Dude, was that real? No, it's an illusion. Hey, you're Johnny Cage. Can I have your autograph? As night falls, the sail barge sets out towards the East China Sea, and Kano joins a group of near 50 other warriors, all heading to Shang Tsung's tournament. All heading to impending doom. Dun-dun-dun! Dun-dun. Okay, there's not much left. Deep in the mountain vastness of rural Japan, Shang Tsung traverses through strange lands to deliver a personal invitation. Raiden, God of Thunder, hear these words. I have traveled through your lands, spoken your language, and your religious to deliver this message. I ask of you once more, accept this invitation and compete in my great and noble tournament, or do you fear the dangers of mortal combat with the sea? I fear no mortal, and your tournament is no more great and noble than the decrepit body your spirit possesses. I have long watched your practices, Shang Tsung. You are nothing but a peasant sorcerer. I accept your invitation and give you this warning. All who oppose Raiden will be crushed. Your accepting is welcome, great Raiden. Oh, and please remember this tournament takes place in my domain under my rule. Now on the East China Sea, Shang Tsung's sail barge continues its trek towards the tournament's secret location. Come on, Cage, say it! I'll be back! That wasn't my movie. Get up, Cage. You got no stuntman to take hits for you here. I do my own stunts. I'd say the movie star is fairly outnumbered. Who the heck are you? My friends call me Liu Kang. You are not a friend. Thanks. That's all I needed. A moment of distraction is all the star needs. Crack! Deliver his patented shadow kick. Trademark registered, copyright. And before any of Kano's newfound friends can join the fight, Skapow! Liu Kang ends it. Whoa. Next time we do any fighting, we'll be at the tournament. It may also be against each other. Watch your back, Mr. Hollywood, because you just made me your worst enemy. Oh, there he is. There he is, Mr. Sub-Zero. Proceed with caution, Johnny Cage. Kano has lots of friends here. He will make the tournament difficult for you. I think I can take care of myself. As Liu Kang and Johnny Cage get better acquainted, they fail to notice a shadow-clad figure watching from above. He is a member of the Lin Kuei, a rare clan of Chinese super assassins. Unfortunately for him, his attention is focused on the altercation below, and not on the ghastly specter he is about to encounter. Lin Kuei, look into my eyes. Ah, Ghost Rider. No, it can't be. Yes, you murdered me exactly 2 years ago to this day, but my demons have allowed me to return to avenge my death. I could kill you at this moment, but I am not a murderer. We will meet at the tournament, and then Lin Kuei, you will pay for your crimes. Why do you sound like Shang Tsung? I don't know. You are a fool for sparing my life. That is yet to be seen. At sunrise, the sail barge which left Hong Kong late the night before is joined by a dozen other ships, all arriving at Shang Tsung's island fortress. After a day of practice and training, they are greeted by the island's emperor and the tournament's 500-year grand champion. Welcome, warriors, to the greatest of all martial arts tournaments. You have all traveled great distances to be here. I hope it proves well worth it. Now, let me introduce the newest entry to our contest. Lieutenant Sonya Blade. We found her following one of my ships to this sacred island. Like all of you, her life depends on her performance in the tournament. But so do the lives of her companions. Yeah, I could knock them all out at once. The tournament has taken a turn for the worst. It was to be expected of Shang Tsung. Let the tournament begin! Oh, my throat, hold on. We can do an arcade near you. Ah, neato. Then we got little bios. Neato. Yo, I kind of want that shirt, holy shit. That's pretty cool. Just, very simplistic, very just Mortal Kombat, yeah. Just $10 plus $2.50 shipping and handling. Or post and handling. Plug. Oi. Oh. That's really fucking cool. Who's gonna mail these things? John Tobias and Roger Sharp recalled the creation of Mortal Kombat promotional comic and how its surprise success led to impromptu pizza parties.
The idea to produce a comic book for the first MK game, that started with me. Coming from comic books, I had a great desire to sort of tell this story that we weren't able to tell in the game. And so I thought, what better place to do it in a comic book? I talked to Ed about it, and so Ed thought it was a great idea, and I think the both of us went to Roger Sharp to try to see if there was any money that we could get from marketing to help us produce this comic book.
I tried to always do stuff.
It just looked like the post-70s, 80s into like early 90s just businessman person. Like, hello there, I run this business here. I'm an office man. Oh yes, I can get your paperwork done for you. Yes, let me just mail these things in. Yes, okay. It's just like office business dude.jpg. Like freaking even that guy is like smiling like with the white like suit on. Like they're all just like, God, you could tell just like freaking fancy suits and ties next to like 90s devs like with tie-dye and like sweaters and just like, hey, what's up? It's like, god damn it.
That I thought would be special. And John, pulled together, here's the comic book.
I wasn't getting paid anything extra to draw this comic. So I wrote the story and, did the illustrations. Roger was able to scrape up, I think, a few $1,000s for the printing. And we were able to produce a few thousand copies of this comic. And we weren't sure how many we were going to sell. There was an advertisement in the game, and players would see the advertisement in the track mode, and they would mail in a check for $3. Sometimes they would mail cash. Ed and I would get bags of envelopes, sent to a P.O. box, and they would ship us these boxes of comics. Okay, well, who's gonna pack and mail these things? And so there was nobody to do that. So Ed and I ended up sitting in his office with boxes of comics. We were the ones opening each envelope, collecting the money, writing the addresses on the envelopes, packing the comics, and mailing them all out.
Yeah.
I remember we did that one weekend. It was just Ed and I. And then we decided we invited other people around the office, like, hey, come and help us pack the comics, and we'll buy a pizza. Every once in a while, I would sign one.
Hell
we
yeah.
would write these weird encryptions on the envelopes. Sometimes I would draw a picture on the envelope, little messages to the players. I don't know if anybody ever saved any of that stuff. Eventually, I think we were in over our heads because the stuff just kept coming.
And sales took off. We had to go back in and reprint the comic book.
And then eventually Roger, I think, handled, I don't know who he paid to do the packing and the mailing and stuff.
We were packaging and boxing up, thank you, Jeanette and Alice, to get everything out to people.
Clap.
But the first, I think, few thousand comic books were hand-packed and hand-addressed by, Ed and myself and a couple of the other folks around the office.
And that was the start of the merchandising program for Mortal Kombat.
From game to comic. Don't jump to buy some sketches, pencils, and color studies for the promotional comic book. The uncut sheet of the finished printed pages now hangs as a frame in the hallway of Nether Rogue Studios. Whoa. Cool. Also cool. Whoa. The 16-bit wars, yes. While Nintendo had dominated the 8-bit era with the NES, rival Sega had taken away significant market share of Nintendo during the 16-bit days, in part because it was more permissive in regards to the content of games that appeared on the platform. This would have significant effect on the home version of Mortal Kombat. Yes, this whole mess. Mortal Monday. New York-based Acclaim Entertainment confirmed its home versions of Mortal Kombat in June 1993 at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show, promising a September 13th release on both 16-bit consoles as well as both major handheld systems, Nintendo's Game Boy and Sega's Game Gear. Acclaim branded the release event Mortal Monday. Mortal Monday. And then sweepstakes. Part of the big lead up to Mortal Monday, Acclaim announced a Mortal Kombat Countdown Sweepstakes, which will award an arcade version of Mortal Kombat to one lucky winner who answered 5 questions by the contest deadline. 5 questions. I wonder what those questions were, like friggin' Combat Confidential. We didn't question, total of 5. Hold on. Combat Confidential questions. Is this anywhere online? Damn it. I'm getting just MK trivia. Damn it. Like, if it was questions like, how do you unlock Reptile? Or, how many points do you get for beating Reptile? Or like things like that. Like, or like, what is Kano's fatality? I guess like this. I just wonder like what those questions would even be. The Pit. Acclaim produced a free newsletter called The Pit, which gave eager Mortal Kombat fans character bios, some photos of that year's CES, and the end of their opening statement at the front page, serious code APACABB with no further context. I believe that's blood code for MK on Sega. Wait, on the And on the front page, mysterious. Let's see where I can see like the ABAs, ACABB or whatever. Oh, yep. Combat code name. No context. Just like, there it is. Huh. Free by mail. Mirroring independently published zines of the day, Acclaim's Sam Goldberg explained in the press release that the pit was uniquely designed and specifically written to appeal to our target audience. All fans had to do was get a copy of a mail and write and request it. Okay. Mortal Kombat! Mortal Monday television ad created by RDA International featured dozens of Mortal Kombat fans charging through New York City streets in a frenzy. The commercial's only dialogue, people shouting the game's name top of their lungs like a battle cry, became iconic. Yeah. This. Yeah. Hell yeah. In the magazines, Acclaim launched a large print ad campaign in magazines and comic books in the months leading up to Mortal Kombat's home release. Some of those ads didn't have to say much at all to get their message across. They just prepare yourself. It's like, holy shit. Holy shit. Yo. I've always loved just the dragon icon. It's so cool. The logo of MK. Yeah. Cheering crowd in the background in this otherwise minimal advertisement calls back to stampeding fans seeing the Acclaim television commercial. Yeah. Mortal Kombat! Mortal Monday. Home versions of Mortal Kombat were imminent as fans prepared for the Mortal Monday release date. Anticipation became Acclaim's greatest asset.
The first time I saw a crowd gathered around a Mortal Kombat cabinet when I was 10 told me that, okay, this game is a big deal at my arcade. I had no idea if that translated outside my arcade. Then Mortal Monday happened.
Actually, as a little insight, I remember being down in a much bigger arcade than my own at some point in time in the mid-90s. I was in a bigger city, and there was a line of people around an MK3 cabinet. I was like, holy shit, what's that game? Oh, Mortal Kombat, that's pretty cool. You realize there's a big line for that. Nothing else? Okay, that's pretty sweet. Dang it.
Not just the day itself, but the build up to it.
Seeing the zeitgeist around it was huge. Conversations around Mortal Monday were happening. The first kind of big marketing push.
Acclaim was clearly, they knew what they had in their hands, and so they were doing a much bigger effort in promoting it. I remember them telling us that they were going to spend $10 million to advertise this game, and I remember saying,
it worked.
Are you sure you want to put that kind of money behind this? and you know, in retrospect, of course that was a great decision, but I remember being really paranoid, thinking, you know, that they were putting a lot on this game.
Like, yeah, of course, it being like the very first game, it's like, yeah, just this fighting game with like rotoscope characters. Like, we've had rotoscope characters before, but like, yeah, and the Gore's cool, but you want to put that much money into advertising this fighting game? Like, it's already Street Fighter and stuff. Are you sure you want to do that? Then it just took off. I was like, holy shit, holy shit. It's like, yeah, fuck. It's interesting seeing like the insight and stuff and the stories. Like, yeah.
The preparation for the release of Mortal Kombat was just massive. I was working at Babbage's Software. Pre-sales had started early.
I just know he's the owner of Galloping Ghost Arcade. Yeah, so I was like, wait a minute, it was this guy. Doc, come back.
So, like, we knew we were going to be just selling out. It was all I could talk about.
Friggin' sell out? No.
I remember going to see a movie, I can't remember which film it was, and they were advertising Mortal Mondays, which was one of the greatest marketing blitzes in video game history. And it was just, you know, all these random kids yelling in the middle of a city street, Mortal Kombat, right?
That commercial with like people running down the street screaming Mortal Kombat, and they were teens, and I was a little kid, and teens are the coolest thing you could be when you're a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to show screenshots or anything else necessarily. Everybody knew.
Although, granted, when I was younger and saw commercials like this, I was like, "Where's the game? Where's the game?" Oh, there's a little bit of the game. There's like a little smidge of the game.
Have some,
like if I go back to like
anything else necessarily. Everybody knew.
It's like, oh, there it is. Oh, jeez. Like, well into the 90s, they had ads like this. Like, especially if the game was like kind of like not super good looking. Example, Tonic Trouble. It's like, here's our ad, and maybe like a second of gameplay. It's like, oh, jeez. if they knew it was bad, just show a bunch of wacky stuff. Or like, God, now I'm remembering the ad for Yoshi's Island. Don't look it up if you have like a weak stomach, or if you just ate. Don't look up like it's a guy exploding while eating, just kaboom exploding, and there's just like gunk on the screen. Like it's haha, because Yoshi eats stuff a bunch. That was the thought process behind that ad. It's like, God damn it, 90s. I love you, but I hate you, 90s.
All you have to do is just have somebody out in the middle of the street just putting up his arm saying Mortal Kombat. It's almost like, hi, it's here. It sells itself.
Like, and to this day, just Mortal Kombat, like that has sold it for fucking 92, 2022, 30 some odd years. Like, everyone knows this whole franchise because of just Mortal Kombat. It's like, okay. Like, if it's a song, the ad, the movie, the fucking just the presence, it's like, oh my god. Yeah. If that guy gets residuals, the Mortal Kombat yelling, man.
Did you see that Mortal Kombat commercial? What is Mortal Kombat? And there was always like one kid who knew a little more. It's a video game, but you kill people. And all of us at Maplewood Elementary School were like, whoa!
We had two front monitors that were just showcasing Mortal Kombat videos. And
in the comics, on the back of the comics, there were Mortal Monday ads. There were Mortal Kombat ads in magazines. There were Mortal Kombat ads in subways.
You know, just seeing the standees and the posters and things at Times Square and
the signage that was coming in, every piece of memorabilia that was coming in, and T-shirts, and it was just over the top compared to other games.
I remember just being nervous about it, thinking, I hope this game lives up to it. Even though it was a huge arcade game, you just never know at all.
Yeah, like that was a big gamble back then too. Like, just like friggin', like, will the home versions live up to it? Because Pit Fighter was an awful home port. Like, that died immediately with like the SNES version. Like, oh god, worst fighting game of all time, Pit Fighter. But it was a good arcade game probably. But like then, but like, and I know as we've discussed before, the SNES version of Mortal Kombat had its controversy, the no blood. I still liked it as a kid. It was my gateway to Mortal Kombat as like a little kid because I was allowed to play it because there was no blood. I was allowed to just like, yo, fighting game. Damn it. Also, yo, this like TV circular stack is fucking aesthetic as fuck.
It was insane. There's a giant line, and it was just so exciting.
That's when I realized, like, this is actually a bigger deal than maybe any video game that's come before it. Mortal Kombat became a pillar of popular culture within 12 months. It was, I think, the fastest a video game had ever exploded to date.
Nothing could prepare you for it. It was, it was just insane.
Like, I do wonder how Street Fighter like had its own like cultural relevancy back then too. Like, when it became big, like everyone was fucking playing it, but like, God, well, Street Fighter had the toys and the cartoon and a shitty movie, a funny shitty movie, but then like it kind of just stayed in the back. Mortal Kombat kept growing and growing, so it was like, holy shit, like in America. So like, yeah, maybe that's why, because like Japan versus America and media releases and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. Mortal Kombat Genesis version of Mortal Kombat supported Sega's recently released 6-button controller. Sega, which had its own internal rating system, gave the game an MA13 rating, likely because most violent content was hidden behind secret code. Yeah. I prefer like the ESRB. It was like just, Parents, make sure, like, there's like, there's some blood in this game somewhere. Just yeah. Yeah. Shattering. Get over here. Goro lives. The blood code. While the Genesis version initially seemed to lack the blood fatality moves from the arcade original, this was a ruse. The player entered a code ABACABB, inspired by the 2 rock album from the group Genesis. Oh! Oh, that's quaint. Huh. On the screen, the original violent cutscenes will be enabled. That's pretty cool that they referenced Genesis. I like Genesis. Good old prog band. The Dullard code. Genesis version included a full cheat menu as being up, down, or down, up, left, A, right, down to the game's main menu. Originally intended to be the only method of enabling blood, but Acclaim felt that spelling out the word Dullard would be too tricky, and asked programmer Paul Carruthers to add a sequence using only Facebook to ABACABB code. Chop wood. Flags. The Dullard menu let players turn on 8 flags, change the game's behavior. Flag 0 killed the computer opponents in 1 hit. Flag 1 killed the player in 1 hit. Flag 2 forced objects to fly across the moon, fighting a reptile. Flag 3 made probe software co-founder Fergus McGovern's head appear in the pit. Oh. See a picture of that? Is that a different head sprite than the rest of the sprites? Okay. Curious. And more flags. Flag 4 forced reptile exclusive to appear. Flag 5 gives the player infinite credits. Flag 6 forced the computer to always use fatalities. Flag 7 made all the fights take place on the Palace Gate stage. Huh. Go CD. In May 1994, Sega players got an upgraded version of Mortal Kombat if they owned the CD-ROM drive. The Sega CD edition of Mortal Kombat fused its storage capacity to restore many frames of animation, speech samples, in Dan Forden's arcade soundtrack. However, the sluggish load times, including whenever Shang Tsung transformed into a character, hurt the appeal of this version. Yeah, oof. Bigger, louder, meaner. Claim advertised Sega CD version of Mortal Kombat as bigger, better, louder, meaner. Note that the first version that had Sega's MA13 rating for the video game relating console, while second shows MA17. Ah. Huh. Interesting. Bias Violento. Brazilian ad for Sega CD edition placed bigger, better with more bloody and more violent. More bloody, more violent. SNES. There were strict content guidelines meant that the SNES version of Mortal Kombat was heavily censored, with no blood code to restore. No blood code to restore against arcade content. Sweat flew from the fight instead of blood. Fatalities now called finishing moves were altered to be far less gory. Yeah. Also, the competition edition, that was just a little tag on to, make it seem special. Damn it. Working for Probe Software programmer Paul Carruthers converted Mortal Kombat to Sega Genesis, while Sculptured Software John Blackburn stepped in to get Super NES versions finished with the project hit some problems.
We were aware that Acclaim had a deal that they were going to do.
Take a drink.
Because also they had done super high impact for the home. And Acclaim had their kind of production group, which was our main point of contact, but then they had the 2 software houses, Probe and Sculptured. And so there was a lot of communication that had to kind of bounce back and forth.
Probe offered me Mortal Kombat on the Mega Drive, the Genesis version, and I said yes. I'm free. I'm available. Like a job's a job, and I said, well, what is it? They were able to kind of actually bring me an arcade machine into my house. And kind of started playing it, and I thought, well, this looks easy enough.
Mortal Kombat 1 was going to be made for the Super Nintendo. Through Sculpture Software, we had a programmer that was from outside our place and brought him in and said, hey, you're the main guy. And that did not go as well as we would have wanted it to go.
Ed and I would get versions of the game, and so I would give feedback in terms of the pixel art as best I could. Of course, the home games at the time, they didn't have quite the capabilities that we did in the arcade.
I think the biggest problem that we had wasn't as much the power of the machine, but how big the memory of the Mega Drive was. In A, we had to shrink all the sprites really down as much as we possibly could, and there's a lot of frames of animation in there. You know, we started off by kind of basically taking out every other frame, and that wasn't enough. So then we had to take out like 3 out of 5 frames, and then kind of concentrate on the important animations, the ones that we see most. Williams have a like a method of writing. It's almost like a kind of multi-threading. It's like that there's a number of different programs all operating at the same time. So one of those programs operates one of the characters, one program operates one of the weapons, one of them operates the background, and all of those different little programs kind of speak to each other. That isn't a method of programming I had any experience of. It took me a while to work it out. A kind of pro for getting very nervous because there wasn't anything on the screen. I was working, there wasn't anything on the screen. And then eventually I was able to basically kind of translate the original code almost line by line. It kind of worked, and the whole thing kind of came to life.
I never had a Mega Drive back then, or yeah. I had the Model 2 Genesis, which I always thought was like just the Genesis.
It was very accurate, you know, very close.
That's not Mega Drive. That's just, hold on. What is the Sega Mega Drive? Well, Mega Drive is the European Sega Genesis, right? Imho. Yeah, I'm thinking Master System. What is the Sega Master System? That was like the NES, pretty much. But yeah, Genesis Model 1. That's what we're seeing. Yeah, that's what we're seeing right here on the screen, the Model 1 Genesis, which is just so alien to me. I'm like, oh yeah, this existed, because like Model 2 looks so much more like compact and like a game console to me. It's like, all right, yeah, that's the Genesis. Then there was a Model 3, which like I never knew about until like way later. The Model 3 is like even tinier and like has like a really weird, just like Primal Rage looking 3 on the thing. It's like, it's itty bitty, but it was a real thing. It's like, oh, wow.
The original arcade version in terms of how it feels playing it. So then everyone was then very happy with me, which was great.
Genesis played much better, and it had the blood, the abacab, and all that.
But I still take it over like Genesis like sound, the that stanky Genesis sound chip. I prefer the SNES way more, like in terms of sound. So I can get over like the worser quote gameplay if it sounds good. It's like, damn it.
The Super Nintendo version looked great, but it didn't play as good as the Genesis version.
The programmer that was the lead,
Yeah.
he made some missteps at the beginning of the project, and it was really hard to finish. These were conversions. These were not original games. You're trying to take the code and the assets and port it to that platform. They had this little multi-processing system in there. He said, I don't like the way that works. I want to do it.
Which just reminds me of like playing arcade games on home consoles back then in general, there was a game called King of the Monsters 2. It was a really great kaiju game where you're just roaming around destroying a bunch of shit. In the arcade versions, you fought like the military, but also aliens. But in the home version, you fought just pretty much aliens, which was pretty cool. But they nerfed my boy, Anguirus? No, Angulon, something. Big Godzilla, pretty much. They nerfed him in the SNES version, well, the home version. It made him like half speed for all his moves. I'm like, God damn it, he could have been so cool. Fortunately, nowadays we have like, I think I have the Neo Geo version of that game on my Switch somewhere. But like, goddamn, but it's, I don't know. It's ups and downs. Like, oh, where's all the aliens? Well, the funny like balloon aliens and whatnot, and like the weird pterodactyl things. I don't know. Blah.
My way. So he's going against the grain the whole time.
Johnny Cage wins.
Clap,
The
clap.
quality of the game was something that that was important to us. I know Ed was a stickler in terms of what he was willing to approve.
Come here.
And we were down to the wire. We were, saying that we're not going to prove it until you fix this, this, and that. And
I ended up having to help him, so it got done. It didn't. It played not quite as well.
They needed to build millions of cartridges, and there's lead times involved with that. And so those two things kind of conflicted a couple times, and there was some tension there.
Wow. GameCube. That was a good GameCube version. Omitted Kano from the playable character roster. The secret code did allow players to see vibrant red blood on a 16 by 144 pixels color screen. Where? Blood. 212 down up at the code of honor. Screen. Okay, yeah. Alright. Game Boy. Many concessions were made to squeeze Mortal Kombat onto a Game Boy cartridge. The moves needed to be configured to work on a system with only 2 action buttons, including pressing both A and B together to block. Prepare yourself for the arcade smash. Prepare yourself. This isn't a real game. Just you're preparing for the real game somewhere else. Also, ack. This is Acclaim, but ack. Wow. Only the Game Boy version offers Gore's playable secret character. Complete the game with any character. When the end screen appears, hold up left. Hold up left, select an A button until the test screen appears. Press start to play as Goro. Goro lives as you. It's pretty cool. Wait. Yeah. But why though? In the arcade, Mortal Kombat's Thunder God Raiden was spelled with an I. In the home translations, it became Raiden with a Y. Original spelling was associated with a vertically scrolling shooting game owned by other parties, though Acclaim changed the spelling to keep things legally safe. Right, yeah, the game Raiden, the shooting game by, who made that? I can't remember. But the Raiden series, I love Raiden. Good shooting game, but now we know why Raiden with a Y. Shit. Damn. Awesome fighting action. Acclaim followed its Mortal Monday campaign with ads touting accolades from the press, including Game Boy Action's strong proclamation that the Game Boy version would whip Street Fighter 2 into the pit where where has-beens fester. Where has-beens fester. Wowee. Wait. The Game Boy version. But it's running all the versions. Oh, GB Action. Okay. Huh. Damn it. Welcome in Brazil. When North American gamers got a Game Gear version, players in Brazil also had the option of a Sega Master System version as its purchase exemption notes. God, Master System release of Mortal Kombat. Aqui tem sangue sim, como isso não me vou querer o sopa. I'm butchering that probably. Predictive 4. Mortal Kombat kommt. Germany. Mortal Kombat was marketed worldwide with these German ads telling fans, prepare yourself and be ready for Schlag dich durch, fight your way through when the game arrived in home systems. That's right, the word fuck derives from fricken, which means to strike. Damn. Blow by blow. Schlag auf Schlag. German ad whose headline reads blow by blow, cites several positive reviews for the Mega Drive version, ending with, in short, it's the kick you need now. Alright. Choose your fighter! With the 16-bit console wars in full effect, most gamers owned either a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis. Not both. I own both. Some Mortal Kombat fans took sides, while others were simply happy to be able to play their favorite game at home in any form, no matter how many cut prices remain involved.
Mustard and myself grew up in a really small town. The closest thing you would have to an arcade machine is the local bowling alley may have had like a light gun game, but that's pretty much it. It was...
Yeah, I brought this up last time too. We had an arcade in a mall for a long time, and then that shut down well within my early years. So I'm like, oh man, where do I go now? Like, and I didn't go by myself back then. I was with my dad because it was like way like in town. We lived out of town, so I was like, oh shit. But then the only arcades I saw for a while were just in gas stations. And then along came there was one in like another mall, but it had lots of like novelty arcade games, like the whack a crab or whack a gator with the mallet ones, those kind of things. Or the stomp on the circles with the frogs, the Swamp Olympics, that thing. Damn it. I don't remember like any other like cabinets, like real games. I remember just those things there, which is so weird because I was really young. But eventually we had Galaxy Games, which had so many cool things like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Silent Scope, friggin' Silent Scope 2, I think, yeah. Arctic Thunder, friggin' House of the Dead 2, Area 51, Beachhead 2000 with an actual like headset, like pseudo VR headset, that shit. God, so much cool shit. Cruisin' Exotica, and yeah, so yeah.
Really the home versions that allowed us to experience
Samurai Showdown 4.
And I feel like I unofficially
One of the Midway NFL or Midway football games, I think, was there too. Anyway, yeah.
For quite a lot of people our age, how important getting those home versions as good as they were was.
So this was pretty much like all I had for a while. Like, oh, look at my home version. This is cool.
So that the rest of us could still experience it in different parts of the world, that arcades weren't as common, especially those small towns.
Which side was I on in the home versions? There's only one side. Like, what do it's just the Genesis version. There's only one version of the game.
The SNES one.
The Super Nintendo version is a travesty by comparison.
It's just because it has no blood. It looks and sounds great, damn it. And look at that. That's quality.
I actually thought that even though the Genesis was a little behind graphically than the Super Nintendo, I liked the grittier look of the Genesis version. It really felt kind of down and dirty the way Mortal Kombat showed.
I mean, also the Genesis version had the blood code. And the real fatalities and the Dullard code and all the other cool stuff in it.
As someone, I think it was Varskulth or Vinesauce that brought this up. And like, if you knew a kid back then that had a Genesis, there were always that weird kid that like lived in like a trashy home, like the kind of grungy kid. I lived in a trailer for a while, but like fucking, I had both consoles, but I wasn't like that, that weird, parents might be drug addict kind of kid. Damn it, I had a good upbringing, so like, but like Genesis was kind of just like, you want to come over to my house instead, play Super Nintendo? We have like Mario and stuff. No, dude, let's play Mortal Kombat. There's blood and stuff. It's so cool. It's like, damn it. Blah.
I think that made up for like the music in the Genesis version being really hokey and some of that other stuff.
My friend had a Genesis. They got Mortal Kombat. His mom would come in every now and then just to look at the screen to make sure there was no blood flying. And so what we would do is we would enter the blood code, we'd play a match or two, and then we'd hit reset, turn off the blood code, keep playing when she came in, and then she'd leave and we'd turn the blood code back on.
Nintendo screwed the pooch when they didn't allow the blood in the game, and they instead put sweat in it.
It's
which
fine.
In the Genesis version
It's
outsold
fine.
the SNES version like 3-1 or something like that. Everybody wanted the violence, you know, they wanted
Bark,
the blood.
bark. It's like it's like an entry anime. Like Pokemon is an entry anime. MK1 on SNES was a good entry Mortal Kombat for like the first time players. Like if you don't want to just be just be strapped down. Look, it's this gory fighting game. It's like, oh, this is, you can see this version. It's like, oh, like there's like these cool ninjas and these like unique moves and like these cool finishers. All right, cool. Let me take one step further. Oh God, blood. Okay, at least I was somewhat prepared. Damn it. I don't know.
The Super Nintendo version feels like
my childhood.
Like the act of playing that game is so unlike playing the actual arcade game.
So I really wanted Mortal Kombat. Not just to fit in, but because I loved it. I wanted it so bad, but my family didn't have a ton of money. So I scraped together all the money I had, and I was able to finally afford Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy. And that game is a experience.
I actually had, not this one, but I had MK4 on the Game Boy, and I was just like looking for like just games to take, like to get like on sale for my Game Boy Color. I'm like, what's here? Oh, look, MK4. I like MK4. Let me just get this game. Oh, this is trash. Damn it. This one has like this cool keygen. MK4 is just unplayable. This has like a charm to it. I love that soundtrack.
When you play Mortal Kombat in the arcade, it's a little bit heavy and you feel the power of those hits. Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy moved like two frozen people who were slowly trying to get close enough to hug. Like when you push the punch button, it would eventually move the fist forward a little bit at maybe 1 frame per minute.
Like sprites that big on Game Boy were pretty like cool to see, so like damn. Technologically it's pretty cool, but like oof. Oofta.
I cannot do a fatality in this game. I know for a fact they exist because the computer can do the fatalities on that pit level. Instead of having them fall off the stage onto spikes, at the end of each part of the level were just little drawn spikes in the background that you could knock them onto. And I think that was their like makeshift solution for having a stage-based fatality.
Damn.
Even as a kid,
that
I
key
knew it
gen.
was not the best version, but I loved it so much. I even put in a Game Genie code that let you play as Gore.
See, this guy gets it. I like, you know, if you show like little me, like you know, the bloody arcade version of Mortal Kombat, I would have been like, oh, I wish I had that one. But you know what? I still like this one because it's on my SNES. It's still pretty cool. Damn it! I still would have loved it. Damn it!
Like, I did every secret possible. I was gonna squeeze every single dollar I put into that game. And I still own it, and I'll still play it occasionally because I'm kind of a masochist. But there's something special about it. There's something that's kind of like pure about a Mortal Kombat game that's so weird and watered down and slow that it almost circles back around to being kind of creepy and mysterious.
More keygen. This one was charming to play. Yeah.
I mean, they may not have been like arcade perfect, but to us, we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything to comparison. All we cared about was just, you know, play the game, have fun with it, you know, and enjoy what we were doing, and that was about it.
Yeah. This is. Well, come out on the dance floor. A song, Techno Syndrome, by the Immortals, a side project from Oliver Adams and Praga Khan from Belgium's Lords of Acid. Oh! That. Really? Lords of Acid made that fucking song. Okay. Well, a side project of Lord, but still, they made that fucking dun 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 dun. Okay. That explains a lot, actually. Holy shit, I love Lords of Acid. Fucking. Which explains. I'm talking about pure sex, deep sex, hard sex, rough sex. Or I'm talking about Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage, Reptile, Gore, dun 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 dun. It's full circle. It's full circle now. It explains. I need to test this any right now. Zeni. Lords of Acid guys worked on the Mortal Kombat song. This explains everything. So that song with pure / deep / hard sex has some actually might have some Mortal Kombat grounding in it. LOL. Damn it. Combined samples from the game's acclaimed TV have irresistible, high-energy dance beats, and it's a single proved popular enough to spawn a full album following the following year. Yo. Mortal Kombat. Mortal merchandise. Some Mortal Kombat merchandise took inspiration from the past. Tiger Electronics offered a tabletop battle between Raiden and Goro in an update of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Which, by the way, Rock'em Sock'em Robots is friggin'. So it's Tiger. I thought it was Hasbro. So Tiger sued Sock'em Boppers, because the word Sock'em. So that's why they became Soccer Boppers, because this fucking little thing here. God damn it. Hit from the 1960s, while the ad copy notes that Raiden's lightning moves may electrify you, the toy was in fact entirely safe. Damn it. Boys 5 and up. There we go. Strength score. Roar. Damn it. Punch kick. It's all in the mind. Ultimate Fighting Machine. Every combat seeking edge in battle. A company called Triax promised its Turbo Touch Disney's controller, executing special moves faster and easier thanks to its unique directional touch sensor. Oh, I've seen this fucking piece of shit. And that is a 90s touchpad controller. I don't think they worked very well. I don't think it worked at all. Yeah. These like gimmicky controllers that like had like one like thing, like it was the turbo buttons. Those were nice to have, but like when they tried to like reinvent the wheel, it's like, no, please stop. Please stop. Wow. Mr. Scorpion goes to Washington. As more parents express concern over the graphic nature of the games being played in the living rooms, American politicians mobilized to bring awareness to the issue and to hold the game industry accountable. In the middle of the holiday shopping season, the United States Senate held a hearing on violent video games. The Senate. Lieberman and Cole. December 9th, 1993, U.S. Senators Joseph Lieberman and Herbert Cole held a joint hearing of the United States Senate Committees on Governmental Affairs in the Judiciary, during which educators and representatives from the video game industry discussed Mortal Kombat as well as Digital Pictures' full-motion video game Night Trap and Konami's target shooter Lethal Enforcers. God, Night Trap and Lethal Enforcers, yeah, fuck. Shit. Violence in games. Describing Mortal Kombat, blood splatters from the contestants' heads when a player wins. The so-called death sequence begins. The game's narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent.
splatters from the contestants' heads. When a player wins, the so-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent.
I see. Inaccurate evidence. 60 seconds of Mortal Kombat arcade gameplay was shown on videotape, but identified as Sega Genesis. Full arcade blood was visible, and 2 fatalities were shown. By contrast, Super NES footage that followed featured no fatalities and only lasted 10 seconds. Ugh. Expert witnesses. Experts who offered testimonies to the committees included Bill White from Sega and Howard Lincoln from Nintendo. Hearings ended with a vow from the game industry to create a rating system that could be implemented by the end of 1994, thus creating the ESRB. The ESRB. Oh my god. It's the whole fucking thing. In February, Senator Lieberman introduced Bill S-1823 called the Video Games Rating Act of 1994 to provide the establishment of the Interactive Entertainment Ratings Commission, and for other purposes. The message was clear. The industry could not or would not regulate itself as other industries already had. The government was prepared to step in. Like, yeah, it was weird we had, like, you know, like PG-13, R-rated movies, or G-rated movies, even though G back in, like, the early 90s was still, like, you know, kind of a PG-13, and PG-13 was, like, kind of borderline R at times. Even some G movies had, like, blood. It was like, oh, geez, but, like, it was 80s G was, like, R. It's like, oh, my God. But, like, fucking, the games didn't have that already. Was, like, surprising, so, like, it was weird, you know. It's interesting. It happened this late on in life. Of course, games before this were like, you know, just Mega Man, pew pew, shoot lemons, yeah, explosions, and then blood started coming into play and more realism. In fact, with the digitization, it's like, okay, this shit's getting too real. Put a rating on that, please. The game industry rallies. A second hearing was held on March 4th, 1994 to give the game industry a chance to show their progress since December. Senators Lieberman and Cole seemed pleased when representatives from Nintendo, Sega, and Electronic Arts laid out an ambitious plan to have rating system implemented by the year's end. And thus the ESRB. The Interactive Digital Software Association was formed in April 1994, establishing the Entertainment Software Ratings Board 2 months later. The ESRB's 5 ratings categories, early childhood, kids or adults, teen, mature, and adults only, were accepted as an industry started in June 1994 with minor revisions. The system is still in use today. Yeah. Like, KA is now E for everyone. But now there's also E10, which is interesting. Well, E10 appeared back in, like, the PS2 era, I believe. Yeah, E10. Because I believe one of the first games I remember seeing that on was Midnight Club 3. Because it wasn't, like, T, because there was no, like, swearing. There was no, like, you know, minor blood or, like, you know, harsh lyrics. It was just, like, illegal street racing. You don't want to give, like, your youngest little Timmy that game, but, like, you know, maybe your older, like, Timmy, that kind of game. So, yeah. The impact. Thanks to its high-profile success, Mortal Kombat excellently became emblematic of violent video games. However, the controversy would lead to positive and lasting change. Here, both developers and players discuss a critical moment in gaming history.
Video games were becoming more and more sophisticated, maturing.
It was around that time that we were realizing that video games aren't just for kids. The manufacturers of the home consoles still kind of thought of them that way. It's like, hey, this is a toy for kids.
We never made Mortal Kombat for 6-year-olds or anything like that. That was never the intention. 4 guys in their 20s, what kind of video game are they going to make?
In our minds, we were creating the game for a certain demographic of player.
Fans of...
Which reminds me, speaking of, like, well, Midway now owns it, technically, but Atari had it, Primal Rage. Primal Rage 2 eventually, like, had a cabinet here in the Galloping Ghost arcade. It was really important because that game was, like, lost media forever. They got it all set up and they got it running and stuff, and some asshole spilled beer on it here. It's like, god damn it. But it is working still, which is great, but it's like, damn it, no. Why bring beer to this, like, sacred relic of a cabinet console thing? Fucking, if it was like, you know, friggin' Joust or something, it was fine, but not fucking Primal Rage 2. No. Damn it.
Terminator, Bloodsport, Alien, Predator, you know, all these movies. It was a game by guys in their 20s.
Is that why they're all in Mortal Kombat nowadays? Terminator, Alien, Predator. Damn it.
These four guys in the 20s. And nobody mentioned anything during the arcade days.
Once the game came home on the consoles, it came into people's living rooms, that was a shocker to the moms and dads of suburbia.
Blood splatters from the contestants' heads. When a player wins, the so-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent.
My parents were very worried about the violence in Mortal Kombat because eventually they saw the news stories. They saw the news stories that were like you could rip out someone's spine or you could light them on fire. Like I had a friend who was not allowed to go to another friend's house because he had played Mortal Kombat with him.
And we also really didn't see a lot of animated blood in video games back then. It seems so commonplace today.
What is the difference in between this and violent movies? Why is it different?
No one's looking at movies in the same way as they're looking at video games.
Rock music before it, and comics and heavy metal.
You know, I grew up at a time Elvis Presley's body was blacked out from the waist down because he was gyrating, and God only knows what that's going to do to today's youth.
I do think that there was a number of kind of politicians and other people who were looking for a scapegoat. Kind of this was it. It came along at the right time.
Kano wins. Flawless victory.
It was just like, video games are bad, and these are the ones doing it. I think the thing that made me most angry about it was it just felt like no one involved in any of this had ever actually played a video game or seen this stuff outside of very carefully selected footage.
It was like fairly like kind of innocuous, and it was like kind of cartoon violence.
Reminds me of like when the news was reporting on Mass Effect 1 and we're like, this game's a sex game. It's like, oh, you mean the 5 seconds of maybe side boob silhouetted? Sex game. God damn it.
Yeah, it seems violent, but ultimately it's really just funny.
Yeah.
It's like Evil Dead, isn't it?
The very idea that like Mortal Kombat was somehow going to destroy society or the fabric of our youth or anything was always ridiculous.
You see, Mortal Kombat never caused like a violent like crime. Like ever. It was Doom that caused that, obviously. Damn it. Doom made kids into shooters. We never heard like, you know, little Timmy grew up to become a murderer because of Mortal Kombat. Nope. That never happened. Damn it.
These home games had no system of ratings, right? Like a CD would say explicit lyrics or something. A movie would say rated R for violence or, you know, whatever. And I think to me that was the fundamental issue. Somebody noticed and somebody objected to it, and we certainly didn't disagree with it.
And so I think that the reaction from Congress and everything at the time almost to me felt appropriate.
Yeah, I'd say having the conversation about violence in video games and ratings in video games ultimately is something that was going to happen sooner or later. Is the industry going to be able to self-regulate, or is the government going to have to come in and do a bunch of really dumb things?
I think that
reminded me, like, I think Splatterhouse came out before this, I believe, and it had its own like of course, as I mentioned before, some games having like a on the box warning, this game contains like some like over excessive use of blood, please be mindful, like pseudo rating like on the box. So I think that was one of the first instances from I can remember a game cartridge having like just a warning label like that. So yeah,
the rating system helps people make more informed decisions about what they're buying, and that
God, which reminds me of the reason why I never got around to playing like Conker's Bad Fur Day when it first released. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to like rent this thing. It was rated M, and on the box, let me check that box again for friggin' Conker's Bad Fur Day N64. The actual box on the bottom says advisory, this game is not for anyone under the age of 17. Like on the fucking box art, that's written on there. I'm like, oh, I'm never renting this game. Not until I'm like 15 or 16, which I did I played the Xbox version, and that was fun. So yeah, even though it was censored, but you know, I find censored loops to be way more funnier than just saying, you know, fuck. It's like, oh, that fucking sucks. Oh, that beep sucks. It's like, oh, that's funny. Damn it. Damn it.
included Mortal Kombat. If you're a parent who bought their kids games, they probably shouldn't have been playing Mortal Kombat unless you could supervise them.
It wasn't funny though, hearing like all the censored words in Borderlands 2. I'm like, why are these censored? This is like 2012 and stuff. Why is this censored? Damn it. Or 2009, 10, 11, whenever 2 came out.
Next step in the maturity of the industry, and the rating system was kind of emblematic of that. It was a way to say, hey, here's this type of game, here's the type of content.
Oh yeah, there's yep, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Make your own choice.
You know, the rating system and stuff that came from it felt like the right choice, you know, to make.
I think that if video games were like a squalling infant that was just learning how to crawl, Mortal Kombat got them toddling on their feet.
It's funny because I was still like, I remember not renting or asking to rent MK2, but I was able to rent MK3 because I was probably like older by that time. It would have been 97. I was like 9 years old, so yeah, I was able to like play MK3 and like, yeah. And I remember like being asked to turn off the blood in MK4, yeah. But I remember being like, but mom, if it's like not punching them hard enough, it's kind of lame. It's like, okay, fine, put the blood back on. I'm like, okay, thank you. Damn it. Oh, okay, ready for round 2. So that's off means sequel. Mortal Kombat was no exception. In the new development cycle, the team midway focused on new characters, improved technology, and more extreme finishing moves for a sequel worthy of the phenomenon. And thus, Testro Bite. Yeah, the first game still in tons of quarters in the arcade, with home game selling in record numbers. The Mortal Kombat team quickly began work on a superpowered sequel. Better tools, more resources, and new artists opened a lot of creative and technical doors for the team when building the sequel, and all of those elements helped expand the Mortal Kombat mythology.
Our experience with
Here
the
we
first
go.
Mortal Kombat was, it turned out great, but you know, the game was very rushed. It was an 8-month project from, you know, concept to shipped game, which was crazy when you think about that. You know, certainly in my head, there was 10 things that I would have done differently.
Shortly after Mortal Kombat 1, Ed and I started to think about what do we want to do next. And one idea we had was we want to do a Star Wars game. Ken Fedesna came down, and I remember us talking excitedly about Star Wars. And Ken's response was, you know, Star Wars, what are you guys talking about with this Star Wars, you know, business? You guys got to do a sequel to this game. And so that was the first time that I thought, oh, okay, I guess, you know, we're signed up for a sequel.
So new hardware came, new tools came.
Which reminds me, like, when Rare was done making GoldenEye, like, half their team split off to make, like, a Star Wars game or some shit, while the rest went on to make Perfect Dark. And it's like, bro, why didn't you just have all of you guys worked on Perfect Dark? It would have been way better, because I think, I don't even know what the hell Star Wars game was. Was it fucking, I think it was Shadows of the Empire, which was alright, but, like, yeah, it's that one game where everyone's like, oh yeah, that game exists. Like, when you go Perfect Dark, it's like, oh yeah, Perfect Dark, hell yeah. Like, way more people know what Perfect Dark is over, like, you know, Shadows of the Empire. Imho.
Warren Davis and all these guys, you know, Todd Allen, everybody was like working on tools to make things better, and we just inherited that.
Oh my God! One of the things that is better about Mortal Kombat 2 from Mortal Kombat 1 is the graphics. Originally, everything was done off of VHS tapes, and it was kind of blurry and stuff.
We eventually started capturing images directly onto the hard drive as opposed to putting it on videotape and then going to the hard drive.
Okay, ready? Is it live or is it ready to go? That was good.
That allowed us to knock out that losty videotape format that would bleed onto everything.
It just became a more efficient process, a cleaner image for sure.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a much better like kind of combo system that was going.
Quote combo.
You know, you could turn around and kick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Which to this day I can't believe the first Mortal Kombat doesn't have. A lot bigger of a roster. We wanted to expand, so we had 12 characters, and you know, added Jax. That was huge. Katana, Melina, who are synonymous with Mortal Kombat at this point.
Baraka. I love that stage.
One of the reasons I know that
Good
we
music.
swapped Sonya for Katana Melina was because of their masks. We were able to get 2 for 1. So the same palette swapping technique we used for Scorpion and Sub-Zero, we thought, okay, let's take advantage of this with the female characters.
Yay for resources.
Tony Goski, graphic genius.
Hey, it's Deadpool.
Ed, John Tobias, and Martin Mel walk in my office. Ed says, "Hey Tony, we're thinking, do you want to work on Mortal Kombat?" I was an instant yes.
Tony Goski was working on a game called NBA Jam, and he was doing a great job, but he, in his heart, he was a traditional painter, and so when Mortal Kombat 2 came along, he was a perfect fit.
It was suited my style and things I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So starting to get into
Yeah.
with like say Dolly and McGree, and it kind
Yeah,
of
fucking this game has some fucking astounding art direction. Like I loved like where 2 was going. It's like, ooh, hell yeah, it's dark and weird otherworldly shit, and just yo fuck. I just wish it would have tapped like even more into that. Like 3 was the invasion of Earth, which was that whole thing, but then when we got to like Deadly Alliance and Deception, it kind of went away from 2's direction, Imho, into more of like just a grounded but also just like fantastical thing. But it's like, man, but of course 2 is in Outworld specifically, and Outworld was always just like this dark, other dimension, strange, but like things you understand but also just don't understand. Like you got the architecture of like this Japanese stuff everywhere, but also like just living trees. It's like, oh, what the crazy.
went that direction,
Tony Goski
portals,
defined
floating
the majority
dudes.
of the look and feel
Yeah.
of Kombat 2, specifically the background.
Yeah.
Tony's influence came into what does Outworld look like? What does,
Love
this
that shit.
really mysterious Mortal Kombat, this fantasy Mortal Kombat, what does that look like?
Introducing the Outworld was huge because it completely carved a new look for Mortal Kombat. Kind of used like Chinese influence, but with graphic and surrealism kind of coming together. Pit was an iconic stage in MK1, so we made the Pit 2. Person dun 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 gets hit, and it would do what we would call a camera cut now, but it would just do a top view of a person doing like this, and the background would scale up, and
Yeah.
He came up with this living forest, and he put my face on the trees.
Oh man.
Albert Brooks all over it.
Yeah.
No digitizing for Tony.
Yeah, I did digitize the tree. That's great.
we would digitize that, and then I would draw on top of it the bark and everything to make it look like a tree.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all like horror movies and things that are like shocking. You go all the way to the left, and there's a tree kind of looking straight down the fight line, and that's based off Ash from The Evil Dead.
He's all like, like laughing in the
That
cabin
was,
before like
one of my favorite
fucking
backgrounds to
Fortnite
work
dancing.
on.
When I was a teenager, I did some stop action animation just for fun with a Super 8 camera, with clay and toys and stuff like that. When doing Kintaro, there weren't a lot of frames to begin with. It's like, bow, 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 and you would hang on that last, hit or whatever. I would sort of try to mimic what John was doing with main characters as I was doing Kintaro.
For me, what was most exciting was there was this fiction that we would tell a little bit of story just through a couple sentences in the attract mode. And so once the talk of a sequel came about, I knew that, okay, this is our opportunity to tell all this story that we alluded to in the first game. Now we can sort of move things forward.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it was just, we're so young. It was like, cool, we're gonna do a number 2. Okay. And that's about my thought process, you know, cool, I still have a job.
But like, and that, of course, 2's mystique was brought up again. Like the fact that I never got around to playing 2 until, well, I was at a friend's house, and I played it after 3. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's all right. So yeah, but like I like just the designs I saw in 2 and whatnot. It was just mysterious, just different game opposed to like 1 and 3. It's like whoa, it's like dark and stuff. Damn it, it's always just cool. Well. Back to the drawing board. John Tobias' sketches from 1993 reveal designs for new characters Katana and Kung Lao. More colorful looks like over champion Liu Kang and Elder God Raiden, an unused version of Tiger Stripe Kintaro. Wowee. Oh whoa. Is that some Tony the Tiger? Oh whoa. They're great. Fortunately, he's not kicked up like Tony. God damn it. Jackson Yellow. Jackson's original outfit was clearly inspired by one worn in real life martial artist, Bruce Lee. Yeah. Into the Outworld. After Shang Tsung's failure to secure Earthrealm, Shao Kahn lures the combatants to his home turf of Outworld for a rematch. Moving the conflict to an alternate dimension gave the team a new visual playground filled with gothic and supernatural elements. Yes. Yes. Classmate of John Tobias and John Vogel, Tony Gulski had a background in the fine arts. Surrealistic influences give Kombat 2 backgrounds and environments a decidedly sinister edge. Equally adept at painting oil on canvas as putting pixels on screens, his influences are evident in these concept sketches for Living Forest and the Wastelands. Yeah. Like fucking this is... Yeah. Fuck yes. Yeah. Yes, it's just... Purple sky. That's my Outworld right there. Dark, grim, war-torn, crazy, dark, weird Outworld. Outworld is my Outworld, damn it. Fuck you, Liu Kang, your universe resetting, making it into, like, you know, just Middle Eastern place.jpg. Fuck you. Damn it. The voice. Oh my god, yes. We're talking about Stevie Ritchie. Yes. Who would give voice to Mortal Kombat 2's new villain, the Outworld Emperor Shao Kahn? For the team Midway, there was only one choice. Steve Ritchie, a pinball designer with pipes of gold. This guy is Shao Kahn, and he is the narrator in Mortal Kombat. Like, he when I think of like Mortal Kombat, I think of just Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Striker, just Shao Kahn. You suck. He is the voice. Yes.
You know, initially we had Ed being the announcer for the first Mortal Kombat as Shang Tsung.
Kano, Scorpion, fight. Excellent.
And then we wanted to go a different direction for the second one, and so they created this character Shao Kahn.
Yes. It's just so bassy.
And I'm sure everyone's like, oh yeah, that's going to be Steve.
It's high impact football!
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Power, 1, 2, enemy destroyed. I am the Black Knight. Voice work in games, I loved it. I loved doing it. If they wanted me, I was there.
If you want a dude with a heavy, deep voice, and you could pitch it down some more and make it sound super basso profundo, that's the guy.
They wanted me to be a 200-year-old Asian man, you know, martial artist. Dan had a structure and a language and a way for me to speak.
Here's the list, do these things, and then a little bit of coaching.
Sonia, Baraka. Round 1. Fight!
And he, you know, did a great job. And that's it. That's what you hear in the game.
Finish him.
Finish him.
Baraka wins flawless victory. Fatality.
In fact, it's so good, Fortnite has that flawless victory in its fucking emote. It's like, hell yes.
That voice is, it's my favorite voice. It's fatality. I want to be that guy.
Hell yeah. Toasty! Most video games aren't lucky enough to have their own catchphrase, but most video games aren't Mortal Kombat 2. Here, sound designer Dan Ford explains the origins of Toasty. Oh my, yes, we just know the secrets of Toasty, yes!
So Ed and I, we worked on these games, and we really liked playing super high impact. There was a machine in the hallway in the back, and we'd go there, have a game or two.
Touchdown!
In that game, you pick your play, and then the lines come together before you hike the ball. And so as they're doing that, I'm saying, I predict that you're toast. And that evolved into, I predict toasty! And Ed would crack up. George Petro said, you guys should put some of that silly stuff you do in the game. And we're like, yeah, whatever. And go on our day. And then, like, I don't know, a couple weeks later, Ed talks to me. He's like, hey, would you be cool if we, like, took your face and, like, when every 100th uppercut, your face comes out and says toasty in the corner of the screen? And I'm like, sure. Let's do that. So that's how that happened.
Alright. Toasty!
Silliness, right? It's good to have a little bit of silliness.
Damn, of course, all of a sudden, I was saying, like, whoopsie! But, like, because, TV compression back then and whatnot. But, God, toasty. Toasty. Good shit. Films captured. Ed Boon and John Tobias direct Carlos Pacina, Raiden, Ho Sung Pak, Liu Kang, and Anthony Marquez, Kung Lao. While they perform stunts that would be digitized to the player moves in front of the game. Yes. Yes.
Tony, what did you do in Turtles 3? You just played
Hey, you know I saw the trailer for that yesterday?
Yeah, you're the one that told me about that. They interviewed about and stuff like that.
Yeah, Turtles 2 was like trash, though, apparently, but I liked it as a kid because I liked the Japanese samurai stuff, but yeah.
Right, but it's like 2 frames that we use.
See, that's not bad.
Cool.
Okay, you know what? That's enough.
Oh my God. That was the best one.
Whoa. Jack's yellow outfit. In the sound video, John Parrish performs a pivoting punch in Jack's original yellow outfit, which closely resembles John Tobias' concept art. Yeah, it's so cool seeing just OG Jax, like beta version Jax. It's pretty cool. And he had the metal arms too. Huh. Interesting, because they aren't metal in 2. Huh. If they're like the gauntlets, but Melina's Psy attack. Former Caitlin Zamayer gets direction from Ed Boon on how to wield Melina's Psy, after which John Tobias is just an Angle of Katana's fan. Yeah, it was so weird learning back then, like, it's like, oh, they use the same, like, actor, and they just change the color of the costume. Oh, okay. This is like, learning that, like, why does Katana have Melina's Psy? Well, why do they do that? Damn it. Damn it. I wish it would sound with these, but it's our old videos and God that box fan. Just. more direction. I'm like, oh, this is halfway through. I was like, how long is this? Yeah, he's gonna drink. Ah, drinky drink. Whoa. Cha. Sweet. And then we have the fan. The fan. Stabby stab move. I fucking rolled there in the corner. Something fell off. I don't know. It's funny how in the movie it's just like a big heavy ass like thing with blades that makes no sense. It's like, it's not a fan. Damn it. I remember seeing a movie that actually had like a fan that had like, it had like these wooden sticks in between like the fan, the paper parts, but it had like little tiny blades on them. And someone like, it was some, I'm not sure what movie it was, but someone like slit the throat with it. It's like, oh geez. It's like, yo, it's like katana, yo. Damn it. Baraka's blades. Richard Divisio records Baraka's walk and thrusting blade attacks with guidance from Ed Boon. There's no audio for this video. Okay, once again, no audio. We have Baraka footage. Rah. He's wearing just some like, some Halloween store mask with like fake fingernails painted on with like chrome paint or whatever. To make it a monster mask. And then all these oh yeah, the blades that are just like really thin aluminum or whatever. You can tell they're gonna like fold at any moment if you're not too careful. It's like, oh geez, be careful with those blades. Like, it has obvious eye holes, but I wonder like, well, back then you could like, you know, compress things and make it like not look like just eye holes. So like, I'm trying to remember how like Baraka looks in the game. I mean, we could just go there right now and see, but like, fucking, I think the arms, like the gloves, are more like skin tony, so it's like, yeah, it just flows better. Blah. Baraka. Yes. This shiny like loincloth thingy going on. Why is it so shiny? Whoa. Whoa. Gah. The backhand. Whoa. Gah. I still don't know all that shit, like that dangling thing in the very top left of the screen, whatever that thing is. Also blades, he has blades though. Gah! Shing! Oh, he's going to do the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I can just imagine if you thrust your arms too hard like that. Those blades, quote, will just like floop. It's like, oh jeez. Gotta be real careful. Damn it. This wasn't cool. Like, probably hot as hell recording this stuff, but like, but it must have been so cool. Like, yo, I was like a monster today. Like blade arms. It was so cool. Yeah. What's almost over? I just wish I had sound. Okay. Liu Kang takes a seat. Now the secret can be revealed. To perform Liu Kang's signature bicycle kick, martial artist Ho Sung Pak needed to balance while leaning back in a chair. The sound clip includes Ed Boon demonstrating a dramatic throw. No sound clip. It's quick. Yeah. Whoa. And thus, Liu Kang. Dang. Whoa. Yeah. Fling. Whoa. Oh, he's gonna do a thing. He's gonna do the thing. Whoa. Whoa. Alright. Kung Lao defeated. Sound excerpt from Anthony Marquez's promise captured session includes Kung Lao's kicks, ducks, and John Tobias' demonstration of exactly how Kung Lao's corpse should collapse. Kung Lao. Yeah. The thing happens and that thing goes through there and and the whatnot turns around to do the thing and the who what's it's and the yeah. Damn it. Kung Lao takes a dump. Damn it. And thus. Whoa. You know, I enjoyed watching the making of Silent Hill, the movie, the first one. Like, all the practical effects and stuff and all the actors and whatnot that played the monsters. And there was a dance instructor who instructed the actors. And it's like, you will move like this and like that. And it was very just like, very artsy, but it worked for like its horror environment just because of how like weird it all was. It's like, yeah. Yeah. It's fascinating. Ugh. Kung Lao dies. And thus, oh, is that like how they got the cut in half animation? Like how the knees and then and they just mirrored that probably? Yeah, fuck. Another monstrous foe. Who could be bigger and better than Goro? John Tobias designed Kintaro, a new four-armed menace built by and animated by John Vogel. His detailed photos of the Kintaro model were taken by John Vogel in 2013. No pants. Right, there he is. Yeah. Yo, Twin the Tiger looking thick, dude. Damn it. Something perfection. Mortal Kombat 2 was the first video game that used Midway's digital compression system for audio, moving away from FM synthesis. Soundtracks were instead created by carefully arranging samples across 4 channels of audio. DCS remained the standard of Midway arcade games as well as Williams and Bally pinball machines through the early 2000s. Interesting. Selling the sequel. Midway usually created a promotional video for each of its arcade games for sales and marketing used as trade shows. Mortal Kombat 2 promo reel takes a victory lap for the first game with a very animated narrating exclaiming, "Who created a monster?" before tasting the game's new features. Ooh. Yeah. Midway Games.
Once in a lifetime, a game comes along that transcends our industry. The theme connects with something deep inside us and embeds itself firmly in the popular culture. Once in a lifetime, a game takes on a life of its own. To millions worldwide, it becomes more than just a video game. It becomes an obsession, a controversy. And they just can't wait to take it home.
It's this again, guys.
We've created a monster!
There we go.
Actually, we've created several. What if we could outdo our previous successes? What if we could create a new fighting machine? One that eclipsed every fighting game ever made. One with more depth and more characters. What if, amidst all the furor and recognition, we could release to the world the ultimate fighting experience? We can, and we will, right now.
Whoa. Holy shit. God damn.
Here it is, Mortal Kombat 2. More characters, 3 times more images, more secret moves, more battlegrounds, more hidden surprises.
Inflation. Thank you, Dobson.
And it's the first video game to feature our crystal clear DCS sound. These are the 12 combatants. Each possesses an array of special strengths. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Reptile, Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, Kitana, Jax, Melina, Baraka, Scorpion, and Raiden. Get to know these characters, because when it comes to fighting for profits, they're all in your corner.
Wow.
Mortal Kombat 1 has started an unstoppable global fire, and notoriety has fanned the flames. The world's players have embraced these characters, and they're begging us for more.
More.
Never before has a game been so perfectly poised for such massive success. What was a roaring blaze will now become a raging inferno of profit.
Of profit.
Get ready to feel the heat of Mortal Kombat 2. The world's ultimate fighting machine.
It is funny, just that was shown off to, like, as I mentioned, to marketing and trade shows, sales and marketing. Yeah. It's like, hey, like imagine being just like that arcade owner looking for new cabinets. I heard about that Mortal Kombat. Let's see what they have now. Oh, what's this game? A Raging Inferno. Oh, this looks pretty cool. Put all in my have it in my cabinet thing. My yeah, mouth for Yari. I'll put this up in my little like corner of the world. Maybe all them kids will give this lots of quarters. Holy shit. Come back for seconds. Mortal Kombat from Kombat 2 showcases one of the franchise's key differentiators. A colorful original characters, including new faces like Kung Lao, Kitana, and Baraka, as well as recently rejuvenated Shang Tsung. Mortal Kombat Fundamentals match with itself. Baraka. There he is. Yeah. Notifications. ISC. Arcade cabinet. 400-pound arcade cabinet. Damn. And there it is. There it is. Like we can see the back of the arcade. There's black underneath. Gonna be just black behind it. I don't know. Because isn't that where like the sound comes from technically? No, it's from above. There's little holes in above there, right? Yeah, technically, I think. Damn it! It's been a while. It's been a while since I saw an arcade cabinet in real life. Yeah. Several locations tested Chicago arcades and Mortal Kombat 2 started rolling out nationally in the last few months of 1993. Chips at 2.1 being deemed ready for launch. A 3.1 revision would later be added to Deadpool fighting stage, address some exploits, and squash a few bugs. Deadpool wasn't even in like the original roster of levels. Interesting. Very interesting. Whoa. Look under the hood. Fans really saw the hardware that was running Mortal Kombat 2 inside of the arcade machines. A printed circuit board was screwed into place inside the cabinet, with cables connected to the control panel, power, and more. When a new code update was available, arcaders simply swap out the individual chips on the board. Whoa! I can't zoom in on that, sadly. The cabinet. Midway's official promotional image of Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet featuring a dark and stormy livery with Raiden's portrait on the side. Yeah. Press release. Midway's press release for Mortal Kombat 2 promised death-defying secret moves for each of the 12 main characters as well as hidden warriors to mesmerize the most ardent players. Whoa! Crazy! The comic. Oh my god, we have more. Oh my god, it's a long one. This might take the rest of the stream, actually. Fuck. As with the first game, John Tobias expanded Mortal Kombat 2's story in a comic book, once again advertised in arcade games, track mode, and only available through a mail order. Originally sold for $5, copies of the book now fetch hundreds of dollars in the collector's market. Of course they do. Diddle-oon. Or in this case, what is like 2 is like dun 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 dun. Fucking or just Death Jam. Dun 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 dun. He rushed straight for us, all 4 arms and 450 pounds of solid muscle. So it's a little heavier than the arcade cabinet, okay. But we were ready. Gore lost fair and square to Liu Kang's and Shang Tsung's tournament. That's when all hell broke loose. Tsung was outraged. He wanted all our souls. He sicked Goro and a few hundred of his best warriors on us. Me, Kano, and Sonya. Me, Kano, and Sonya were to hold back Goro. Raiden and his ninja Sub-Zero, and the ninja Sub-Zero and Scorpion held back Tsung's army. Whoa, we're staring right into his crotch, dude. Damn it. Liu Kang was hopefully the kick in the old man's butt. Oh wait. Oh, just stuff. We had Goro on the ropes. Roar! Kang merely knocked the beast unconscious in their bout, but this fight was to the death. Then there's this huge explosion and the bridge we're fighting on collapses. Roar! Everyone falls. I managed to grab onto what was left of the bridge. The others weren't so lucky, and my luck didn't match the life much longer. I could feel the rock crumbling beneath my fingertips. All I could do was fall. Until Raiden happened by. He can fly. He's a god, you know. He flies now? He flies now. Hold tight on your cage. This island realm is self-destructing as a result of Shang Tsung's death. So Liu Kang won? Yes, he did. But this island was held together by Tsung's existence. We must make a quick exit to a portal I've created. What about the others? Kang has already escaped. Sub-Zero was killed by Scorpion, and after our battle with Tsung's army, then Scorpion burst into flames and burned to ashes before my eyes. So, that's where Sub-Zero was killed. I should know this. I know this-ish, but like... Okay. So he was killed during the first tournament, which he becomes Noob Saibot. Yeah. Whoa! What a dramatic exit! Prepare yourself, Cage. Our exit through the portal will be followed by a violent explosion. Do we need such a dramatic exit? Next thing I know, I'm floating on a piece of wood in the East China Sea. I don't know what happened to the rain. Maybe he drowned, but I doubt that. I figured all I could do was stay afloat until a boat came by or I got eaten by sharks. Then I see a friendly looking boat. It even has an American flag on it. It has cool lights and neat symbol paint all over it. It has guns, lots of guns. Hi guys. I don't like guns. Especially when they're pointing at me. And that's the last time I'm telling you the story. Thursday morning, 8 a.m. is Eastern, Vision Force Base 05. Jax, that's the 5th time he's told that story. Each time in exact detail, unchanged. How else do you explain him floating in the East China Sea, and all the wood and stone fragments he picked up there are ancient? I won't buy it, Baron. Sonya and her team sent out that distress signal. It was centered right up where we picked up Mr. Hollywood. Now, I don't think Sonya would ever fight side by side with Kano. She didn't have a choice. Alright, Cage, we're gonna let you go. But when I get to some solid evidence, I'll come after you myself. Then it's gonna get ugly. I look forward to it, Jax. Now, if you wouldn't mind untying me, I got a movie to make. In Outworld, a battle-scarred realm ruled for ages by a fierce warlord known as the Emperor Shao Kahn. It is here the demon sorcerer Shang Tsung began his mission to unbalance the Earth realm's furies, thus allowing his master Shao Kahn to enter the realm and bring it under his rule. But Tsung has failed in his mission, and now must answer for his crime or pay the price.
Great Shao Kahn, I demand Shang Tsung's execution. Through his careless endeavors, we have lost the greatest of our warriors, my son, Gore.
Oh god, my throat. My throat.
The humans of Earthrealm were thought to be weak and unfocused. This was all based on the words of Shang Tsung himself. Yet he was defeated by a Shaolin monk. The Shaolin study peace and passive ways. Liu Kang should have never defeated Shang Tsung.
Kataro's like, oh yeah, I know what's up. Yeah, we'll kick some ass.
And we should have never sent a sorcerer to a work of a warrior. As Gorbak, king of Kuatan, I ask that Shang Tsung return with me to my great kingdom and be executed before my people. Only this will atone for the death of Goro. I understand your concerns, Gorbak. However, we must now look past the death of our great champion.
Oh, that's Shao Kahn still. Wait a minute.
We have occupied this realm for ages. My strength grows. Yet this realm has ceased to grow with it. I need room for my powers to expand. I cannot set foot into Earth's soil until its furies are unbalanced. Shang Tsung has failed to accomplish this. I will give my servant one last moment to devise a reason why I should not strike him down myself.
My master, we can initiate a new challenge, a new tournament. The rules are quite clear in this matter. Any realm can exercise its right of challenge as long as it can breach the dimensional gates that separate it from the other realm. Not other realm, other realm. The trick is opening the portal. I could accomplish this task as I did thousands of years ago, with my strength renewed. The resulting portal would also be large enough for a small army of warriors to enter the Earth realm, and perhaps enact revenge against those responsible for Goro's death.
Shadow Priest, tell me, what lies in my future if I allow Shang Tsung to execute this plan?
The demon sorcerer's plan is a twist in the rules of tournament battle. The breach through the dimensional gate is a method of exercising the rights of challenge, though it does against the wishes of the other gods. This makes it difficult to see a clear outcome. If we win this new tournament, your life will be eternal, your power unmatched. You will become a god. If you lose, you will suffer eternal damnation.
If Shang Tsung must live, then so be it. But I insist, if this excursion back in this realm is to succeed, we must send a warrior from Quatan. I offer Kintaro. Which on God I stand at your command. Your presence is welcome to Kintaro. Shang Tsung, your life is no longer exist in the Earth realm. Therefore, I will grant you a new physical form. One that will replenish your powers of sorcery and fool the Earth gods into allowing your souls to the dimensional gate. If you fail in this mission, all the Outworld will be wiped from reality, and you will suffer a fate of eternal torture. Shang Tsung feels pain he has never felt before. His flesh, his soul, torn from its very existence. Sorry, I'm misreading. He will be reconstructed, his youth restored, his strength multiplied, his unholy power replenished. Whoa. Shang Tsung, before any challenge is made, I want the presence of the Outworld felt. You are to crush the warriors responsible for the Gore's death. Let the power of the Outworld speak to the Shaolin temples with death and destruction. We must not falter in our scheme. Victory will unbalance the Earth's furies. My dark powers will expand throughout the universe, and the other gods' wishes will be nothing more than a nuisance. It could be like Kintaro, Kitana, Melina, Baraka, Shang Tsung. By the unholy darkness that consumes me, I will have the Earth realm. Dun dun dun. This is fucking good ass lore. Like, oh my god. Actually, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. At that, we'll come back to this. Wow. Wow. So here we go. We're gonna end this here. End this for now. Yes. Oh, alright. My throat. My thrusty is let's go to the cozy room. Ooh. Indeed. I want to thank you all for joining the stream today. Thank you for watching. All you VOD watchers, all you lurkers, all you. Yari. I'll probably be around doing something, not sure tomorrow. I'll figure it out when time comes. But I will stream tomorrow. Yeah. Well, let's see. Who is live right now? Let's find out. Let's raid on Proxy Glitch Cat playing Demon School. Interesting. Proxy Glitch Cat. Proxy Glitch Cat. And thus, here we go. And once again, I want to thank you all again. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day, evening, night, or whatever. And until next time, take it easy.